Yeah, so I was standing in Taco Bell and I just ordered a chalupa. A guy ran in. I hate Taco Bell. It's too expensive and the quality sucks. And ran out. And I was like, okay, well, give me a soft taco too. Go ahead.
Dang, a soft taco?
Yeah, soft taco,
Yeah.
supreme.
Oh, that's
'Cause you
with
know what?
sour cream, right?
That's right. Hell
That's
yeah.
the rule. Man, Taco Bell, and we are like mixing up all of our like wrestling and
Oh,
Marvel stuff today, and we are starting this with a little Robo Don't Know because it's championship weekend for football, and a game started 10 minutes ago. So
really?
I mean, we're tearing people apart in different directions. But the good
See,
part is that we'll be done in time for the important game today. So yeah.
yeah, I have no
Timing
clue.
works for me.
I had no clue there's a football game. Or is it
Well,
football?
yeah, and that's the
Okay.
thing. We're scheduled next on Super Bowl Sunday, so we probably will have to adjust for that one.
Oh, but you know what? I just changed the schedule. Well, I was telling you, changed the schedule on the weekly because of my wife's work.
Yeah.
Moving to next weekend would actually fall within those parameters of her being at work.
We might be able to do that then.
Oh, may have
Yeah.
to make some. Oh, look at that! Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, well, we know that's true. We know that's true. I just I hate to I celebrate people having various interests, and I hate to like tear people in different directions when they got to make choices on a Sunday.
Just imagine foosball.
Ooh, foosball. It would be a very long game with ever-changing rules and lots of commentary about nothing at all.
And people would flip to other channels because they get bored and stuff, and they flip back and they'll be like, "Holy shit, they're still on! What? This game's still going? What the hell?"
Oh,
ooh, yeah, sour cream and tomatoes on the supreme. Mm.
Oh, well, we're kind of in like a big event right now for us too, because it's top 10 time, Marvel top 10 time.
Yeah, I guess I could have put the link to the front page article with the top 10, but if for those of you who don't know, the front page, the FwooshCast.com, is running the annual. It's not really timely, but we try to do it annually. The Marvel Legends top 10. You just go, you throw your list in, you throw your Build-A-Figure in, and we tally it up.
And it's what you want. It's what you want.
So what you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Veebs, you reading for Chiefs?
Well, I mean, that is the hometown team, right?
Go Arkansas. What?
Yeah, I'm obviously rooting for the Chiefs, and I think I want the Eagles too, so it can be the Andy Reid and Kelsey Brothers Bowl, which you don't understand any of that.
No,
but I think that would make for an awesome setup for a game. So yeah, in the Super Bowl.
Every foosball game starts 20 minutes late. It's part of the charm.
Yeah.
And runs an hour long. Oh, hey, Jose, thank you. My Funko Gold Brady beat you, Mahomes.
Get out.
2021
Get out.
Oh,
get out.
I don't know what's that. Bunch of names. I feel like I'm yeah, it's my dad once told me, I don't know if he does a lot anymore because it's, but watching the weekly, he would be like, I don't know what you're talking about half the time. And then when that made me start thinking about it whenever I'm recording it. It's like when I say something like Kyoto, Amazing Yamaguchi, My Hero Academia, Kirishima. What the? Nobody. I mean, unless you're into those properties.
What language is that, sir?
Yeah. See, that's his voice is in the back of my head whenever I spout off something like that.
With the newspaper in hand.
Yep. Don't make me pull out the newspaper. It's over there. Afternoon, Bean. What's going on?
Hello.
What's happening?
How's it going?
Oh, yeah. Fwoosh Bowl 2023 brought to you by Sugar Pop Cereal.
Ooh, Fwoosh Bowl, like cereal bowl, and actually come down to what's the best cereal. Ooh.
Oh, man. Don't get us.
Ooh, boy.
Going with a theme.
Yeah, man. And that's right in our wheelhouse for a live stream about toys.
Yep. Fwoosh is like a fine wine and should be sipped, not guzzled.
I do like them fine wines.
I couldn't tell you if I've ever had a fine wine. That's
I'm a strictly
where
red wine.
where you take it. That's some purple passion, which I was just talking about yesterday.
Mad Dog, some of that fortified wine, Thunderbird.
We were talking about Bray Wyatt's Mountain Dew Pitch Black match that was on the Rumble last night.
Are they doing sponsored matches now?
Yeah.
Oh,
which I didn't realize until we were talking about it, my son and I, at Walmart a couple of days ago. And I was like, I knew it was a pitch black match, but I didn't put two and two together that it was the Mountain Dew Pitch Black. He was like, yeah, we should find some. We found some. I tried it. That's where the purple passion thing came from, because it kind of tastes like
what it tastes like.
Yeah, kind of medicine-y, alcohol-y, but
has
not.
That medicinal taste to it. Yeah. Ugh. Well, were there black lights? Because that's like Robitussin under the black lights at basement dance parties.
Did you see the match? Because it was black light. It was, yeah, it was very.
I mean, I guess since I have Peacock, I can watch these things now, right?
Yeah.
I watched I watched an old Royal Rumble about a month ago. Love that.
Sweet. The Rumble's always awesome. Are you Usi? I'm not. Well, I'm a Sami Zayn kind of guy, so not so much Usi anymore. Spoiler.
I'm a guy who thinks that Mr. Perfect should have been the one to win the 1991 Royal or 90. Yeah, 90, I think it was.
I think you're watching. I think we form a timeline where you're WWF, and then I get into it right as you're out of it.
Yeah, I did have a slight crossover of about probably not quite a year and a half back in like college, where the guys that lived across from me in my apartment, they were really into it, so I got back into it right at about that time. But I mean, that was still a while back at this point.
Sammy and Kevin got the best damn ass whooping yesterday. It'll come back around. Follow the sponsors, not the buzzards. Which Bray trying to play it so serious, and then then I found out it's a Mountain Dew match, and it's like, oh damn it, that kind of.
And I did I read this correctly that the Rumble itself was the kickoff match?
Yeah.
How was that?
Because it had to end a certain way for it to continue on to WrestleMania. This bloodline storyline is kind of amazing the way it's played out. I mean, it's organic. It wasn't planned, but once it started taking off, they ran with it. So they had to make it the last match of the show.
Weird.
But it worked out. And plus, there wasn't really a lot of like surprise entries. There was really two that was like, oh, what? But then the winner, pretty much who everyone predicted would be the winner, huh?
Was Hillbilly Jim one of them?
No. But it was the winner was the grandson of a plumber.
Oh,
yeah.
The Rhodes boys.
The Rhodes boys.
Let me tell you something. I got some business in public, if you will.
Yeah, it was so good. Yeah, but he made his comeback, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, and the women's was really, really good.
Yeah.
I may say better, but both had its moments.
Well,
see?
No, yeah, there it is. Yeah.
No, not yet.
When I was a kid, Royal Rumble fell right at about my brother's birthday, and SummerSlam was mine. And so my dad would always get us those pay-per-views for our birthdays. So I watched Royal Rumble, not the first one, but like the second one up through pretty much when I stopped watching wrestling. So that was a good, 4 or 5 years, probably at least, right in a row that I watched all of them. So those early ones are near and dear to me for sure.
Oh, greetings to the Netherlands. Awesome.
Yes, most definitely.
Notice how Cody used his brother's finishing move on Gunther. I saw he was about to do the atomic elbow and it got blocked.
You mean the natural Dustin Rhodes?
No,
That's how
right as Dustin's about to retire from the sound of it.
Really?
Yeah,
he needs to come back and do his thing with WWE again, so I can get a natural Dustin Rhodes figure, and I need a beautiful Bobby Eaton figure because now there's a Paulie Dangerously figure coming out, and I want to be able to do that. First, what was it? The Dangerous Alliance against the Sting crew in the double cage thing.
War Games.
War Games. Yeah. That was like one of the first ones. Yeah.
Are you talking about Wise Man Paul Heyman? Is that who?
Paulie Dangerously he's got the cell phone, and they announced Brother Love too. It's like
I saw that. Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh, your wrestling shelf is expanding."
Yeah, and the Steiners apparently signed a Legends deal. So if I can get them in the like when they were the Steiner brothers, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, getting Rick's son in has opened some doors. Does Stone Cold still wrestle? Yeah, he wrestled last WrestleMania.
Really?
Yeah, and he's rumored to show up again.
Well, actually, television champion Stunning Steve Austin of the Dangerous Alliance, he's going to ship to me soon because he's being released. So I'll always know him as Stunning Steve, or as I guess Jim Ross would have said, Stunning Steve.
Stunning Steve.
Stunning Steve. Yeah.
I own one wrestling figure, Andreas Bigfoot.
I've got that one right there. No, you can't. That's just out of frame. Speaking of,
gotcha.
Oh, this is a big one because this is probably my last one.
I saw your pictures on. I was going to say Instagram, but I saw it on Twitter.
Yeah, it's fun to fill up shelves like that, but it's also like not stressful, but it like gets at your brain because those shelves are being up strictly for like variety of presentation type of thing, right? Which is different when you're setting up other shelves to me. So it's like each property has a very limited amount of space to go with and whatnot. So it's kind of tough and I want a variety of things in there from like different eras if I can. So the Turtles one and the WWF one actually, some of them are turning out to be pretty cool, but some of the other ones are frustrating me.
How many times have you put something somewhere and then moved it to change places?
So inside of each individual shelf, that's happened a few times now, but I don't know exactly because I went through that process a while ago because I like mapped it out. And so I erased a lot and moved stuff around then. So that did happen a considerable amount of time. All I know is that like that took the place of where I had all my Disney stuff set up. So that stuff still has to find a spot in there. So those are going to be on like the lower shelves. So a lot of that stuff you won't see during live streams, but that'll be down there too. So I was still left with like 23 cubes or something to deal with. It's a lot.
I'm looking up the picture to show everybody what we're talking about because
it's kind of hard it's moved along quite a bit actually since I took that picture. I had some time to work on it yesterday a little bit. So
let's see what do I got here.
But for stuff like Turtles, like those glow in the dark Ninja Turtles just came out and they're freaking awesome. I love them, but I really didn't have a good spot for them in the collection, so this is going to be a good place for them. So yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you got that set. Is it cool?
What is that?
Yeah. Obi-Wan and Darth Vader.
Yeah, and I'm thinking for the Star Wars one to help give me some like height and stuff in the back. I'm going to put my Chewbacca collection kind of in there and then fill it in with just a few pieces like that because I don't want to break up any like real collection that I have just to satisfy this. So some of the oddballs like the Chewbaccas or the various Obi-Wans and whatnot, like the Kenner throwback one and some of that stuff, that's the type of stuff that's going to go in here. Like the Slim Jim Macho Man I've got going. I've found a bunch of Hasbro stuff to put in there too for the WWF one. So it's going to be fun.
I was about to say you're working on an animated X-Men shelf, but it's not. There's Elektra and there's Firestar. Is that?
Yeah, the Super Friends stuff is in there. I've got a couple things in there
Gotcha.
by now. And the VHS boxes, I actually found a riser to put those on, so they come up almost to the top now, so that you can see them a
Cool.
little bit better. So yeah.
I have Cyclops and I have Morph, and then I realized, oh, I have the Mojo set too. So I have a TV, I have a TV God, I have a thing, and
that's a good idea.
Kept the package just
And you know
because
what?
of that.
I didn't keep the packaging for that, and now I'm kind of sad that you're saying that. Dang. But yeah, like Thundercats also, it's like I've got some vintage ones in there, but that's where I'm going to put like the Super 7 toy versions too, because they're not going to go into my like normal Thundercats. So like the next series that comes out is like Toy Lion-O and Mumra and Monkey and Chitara. Those will go well there.
Right.
The animated stuff I'll keep in the main display.
It's like little things that I keep seeing every time I look again.
Yeah. So nothing's really set up in there yet. That was just like blocking stuff out. So
right.
Yeah, it'll be a work in progress for a while, but I think that it'll be ready enough that by the next time we do this, I'll be moving over there.
Now, just for my own curiosity, where is that in the room?
It's right when you come in the door.
Oh, it's like so you'll be set up.
Yeah, you know where the arcade machines are. It's on the door that goes into the photo. It's on the wall that has the door to the photo.
Okay.
Yeah.
And to people who don't know the layout of your room, it sounds, you go down and then turn left and then you're down around there.
Yeah. So I think it'll be a fun display. And I love this, but it's all like two things. And
I
like to have a little bit more out there. And plus
this will open up where you're at right now too, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And it's, I don't know. I was going to wait to really, I was going to give this area some time off until Eternia got here before I started doing anything with it. But Origins is getting so out of control in terms of like what they're releasing. I might start that for now and just get all that stuff moved over here sooner than later. So yeah.
Oh, I desperately want more Star Wars Black McQuarrie figures, especially Luke and Stormtrooper with shield and lightsaber.
That'd be cool.
That Chewbacca was always cool looking, even though we kind of got
Zeb. Yeah.
Is Sentinel Peter B. Parker the definitive 1/12 Spider-Man? It depends on your tastes and what you're looking for. Did I pick that one as my favorite of last year? Or was that favorite Spider-Man's? Yeah.
Favorite Spidermans?
Spiderman. Nice Knickerbocker, Lord of the Rings.
That has become one of the pride and joys of my collection. I will say that. My lovely wife got me the Ringwraith and Charger, the horse, for Christmas this past year, and I had no clue that she was doing that. And like I'm rarely rendered speechless, but aside from what the F, that one left me pretty speechless. So that was a cool gift. And really the only thing I'm missing from it now is Frodo's horse, which is not a priority for me because it's like I don't really care about it, and it's one of the more expensive. The horses are some of the more expensive pieces in it. So if I never get that, I'll be okay with it. So I'm pretty much considering it done.
Sweet. I definitely love to see a live tour when you're finished. Yeah, that'll be a thing, huh?
Yeah, I promise.
That's been threatened for years.
Yeah.
It seems like
I
haven't gotten to it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple years there too that wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, right. And things have been pretty fluid in a lot of places, and I haven't gotten things like the way that I've really wanted them to, but now we're pretty damn close to that, so I think it will be okay to do that now.
Because once you get everything laid out and stuff, there's still the task the daunting task of posing up all those figures and or
Yeah.
kind of getting them a little more dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's definitely the case with the Marvel shelf because I haven't updated that with Galactus yet. And yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the Marvel shelf is going to be pruned a little bit too. I think I'm going to make it better by having fewer characters up there, and so not that I want to lose any of them, but some of them just aren't as like this is my Marvel as some of the other ones. So yeah.
And that's what I've finally had to cut down to, because how about a tour of your room? No. You don't want that. It's just a bunch of stuff shoved into shelves at this point. It needs I need to rearrange. I need to Star Wars got to go here. I think the comic X-Men is going to take the place of MCU stuff and move it all around. Because
you said MCU. I don't currently have a spot blocked out for that over there, but if I have an extra cube, I may do a very well curated MCU. And like it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. It would just be like the characters and the designs that I really like.
Right. Mixed and match.
Mm-hmm. It'd be like Grandmaster and Collector and Hela and
you went completely different. My idea of an MCU is like Captain America, Thor, Iron Man.
Some of those too. But
yeah. But now that you say that, I'd stick some oddballs in there too. And not that those are oddballs, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Your favorites.
Korg would be in there. Yeah, it's just the weirdos.
Oh, JB. Appreciate it. Happy Sunday, Team Whoosh. The only team I'm rooting for today.
I like it. It's a lot less stressful when you just go with Team Whoosh instead of like having to wait on the outcome of a game. So
yeah. Plus, there's nothing riding on foosball.
Yeah.
Everybody's a winner.
We're just here for a good time.
Yeah. Am I the only one wishing for a Mayfex Fennec Shan? No, I would take that.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Well, my fear with it being Mafex would be slightly big, because their array is slightly big, a little too big to fit in with the rest of my stuff.
And I like the Metacom stuff for the non-portrait characters, but they've gotten better at it.
Yeah.
But I was so high on Bandai and Metacom Star Wars stuff for so long, and then it just kind of, I don't know if it was a combination of Black Series like closing the gap and those not being as prolific as they were or what, but it's like it's been a long time since I've been really excited about an import Star Wars figure.
Somebody asked, and I got this weekend.
Ah, yes.
So I'm going to open this. This will be my first review this week. There's some things I can already see that's figure artish, what they've been doing lately.
Yeah.
But there's also some things that they fixed from the last Boba Fett. So we'll see.
I was really tempted by that, but at the end of the to borrow one of your phrases, at the end of the day, I just wasn't really sure if it was like gotta have it for me.
Well, the thing, oh man, and this is how they always get you, and the roller coaster. That's the first version that we saw with the Book of Boba Fett, which out of all the new modern iterations trying to sell us more and more toys, that's my favorite look with the Mr. Tight Pants. Almost that Django look in Fett color, in Boba colors.
Yeah.
So of course I grabbed it, and it has the throne. It seems like a good deal, especially with the exchange rate these days.
Yeah, that's true.
And Mafex comes along and they're like, oh, look, this one's better proportioned. So,
well, Wicket just hit my pile of loot.
Son of a bitch, really? Sorry.
Well, and it's been a minute since I've shipped a pile of loot, and it's a little heavy at this point. So I think I got an email for one more thing that is like close to getting here, and then I think I'm gonna ship it because I want that Wicket.
Yeah. I think I have Wicked in several places, hoping for one to pop up. I'm not sure I put in Big Bad Toy Store.
Yeah, because because in that pile as well as I've got the Ayla Sakura wave as well, plus Ned B.
Ned B.
Ned B. I always want to call him Ben 10.
Because when you said Ned B, I don't know why Beach Boys stuck in my head, but
so I've got a pretty what looks to be a pretty good pile of Star Wars stuff that I'm actually really looking forward to, which is good.
Yeah. The Black Series, whenever it's unique characters and everything else,
when it hits, man. It's great. I love it.
Yeah. Mafex UFOs. There's first off, I love you for bringing up the UFOs. I would buy that in a heartbeat, but there ain't no way Medicom's going to make the UFOs. No way.
Afraid
but
not.
I would be all over it.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or how about this? Well, as big as it's one of those days.
Blob and that Villains 5-pack hit my pile of loot too. Those were like, at the same time. Ugh.
No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. Damn it. Yeah. So
because Pabs wanted both of those too. So it was like, you are killing me.
So not only that, you have to double open and then repack and then ship.
And I just shipped to him, and it had been months. So it was ridiculous.
Yeah. No, with that, I can't. Oh, man, I'm blanking on the big guy's name in the UFOs. Ironclad.
Ironclad, yep.
Ironclad could be one for $100. Wait a second. Yeah, 2-packs aren't going to be $100 each for Medicom either. That'd be $100 for and then do a 3-pack of the other 3, and it'd still be 150, 200.
Yeah, like at least 150, I would say. Yeah.
Whoa. Is today is 10 years of the Star Wars Black Series. I've been a completist up until this year. Sadly, I've dropped the line completely.
Well, this year is 10, but the first series hit at Comic-Con that year because we got them a little early. Remember?
Was it early? That was 13 though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's 10 years this year, but the time of the year I remember because they were actually first on the floor at Comic-Con, and we got what, all of them except one, or did we get all of them?
Maul, R2, Luke.
Because I bought the Sand Trooper.
So was it 4 figures?
Mm-hmm. And Matt got one of them at least.
Did anybody buy Luke?
Luke may have been the one that they didn't have, because I don't think they would have left one.
We definitely grabbed Maul.
Matt got Maul for sure.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
Holding out for the Mafex version of that boba, although I doubt. Oh yeah, they're not including the. Thankfully, though, I was looking on eBay, and the thrones aren't that bad if you want to throw your own paint job on there. Which I have a 3D printed one that I haven't done yet, and then I get this. But looking at this, yeah, they kind of went cartoony with it.
I was gonna say you can still paint it. I know where it can go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A Mafex X-23 would be great. Was Greedo in that first one?
No. Greedo was in this one with Han, right?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Second one.
Yeah.
No, the first one was Sand Trooper, R2, X-Wing pilot Luke, and Maul.
Did we skip R2? Oh man, maybe one of us got X-Wing Luke and skipped R2.
I don't remember.
That was.
I know I got Sand Trooper. I know that was my Black Series figure.
And he kept putting out different, we'd have to go back and another figure would be out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mafex Crow Eric comic book version. Man, it's going to be hard to beat. Well, I mean, yeah, I'd buy it. Yes, definitely. But man, in my head right now, it's hard to beat that Mezco.
Yeah, you just got spoiled with the Crow after so very long.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm got heads laying here waiting for some paint.
Oh.
Let's see Metacom finish the 90s X-Men or Reign of Superman. Then I'll start campaigning for UFOs. True.
I need Beast and Colossus badly.
Yeah. Speaking of Marvel characters, though, the whole point of
Oh yeah, we got a top 10 to get through.
it took me a minute. I was like, I looked down, I was like, has it really been 30 minutes since we jumped on? Because before we jumped on, I was like, we have 22 picks to go through. It's going to take 2 hours. And then
we'll just have to be, direct about our choices.
Hello, Mr. Dark Claw.
Hi, everybody.
Mayfex Rocketeer.
Loose Collector's Rocketeer looks awfully nice.
And I wasn't familiar with the comic book version, but I kind of like the lavender jetpack look.
Yeah, I like both of those figures. I haven't pre-ordered yet, but that might get me.
We were waiting for you, Tim. It was just like, we better wait to start doing our top 10s.
Yeah,
and this is going to be top 10 for each of us.
Yeah,
which we don't do very often. But since, like we were talking about, the Fwoosh front page is doing top 10, we stick to the rules.
Yeah, kind of. Mostly.
You guys direct.
20-minute live streams from now on.
If I were, well, I don't know. We'll see. It may talk me into it. I'm only familiar with Rocketeer from the movie, and I haven't seen that movie since the 90s.
It's a good one.
You can't blame me. You can't. All I do is show pictures and do this.
I believe you just did. I believe you just got blamed, and I think it's fair.
Now. Ain't this a live stream about food? Well,
Could be.
But I'm going to kick off this top 10.
You are or I am?
You're good with that?
Yeah.
Well, you have to be. I have the picture set up for me to start. So that's it.
All right.
And I don't know, is it number ones? Did you put yours in some kind of order of how much you want it, or did you just pick 10 and go for it?
No, mine should definitely start with the one that I had 10 and make its way that way.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
1 to 10.
Well, we're doing number 1 last, right? So it should be reverse order. Start with 10. Did you mess up?
I have to go away. Okay, hold on. I can work mine backwards.
Okay.
I started at 1 and then worked I don't know why in my brain I thought number 10 is your most wanted.
No.
Because then it gets into the Build-A-Figure.
I don't know if I agree with your logic there, Lou.
Hey, man. Hey. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to work backwards.
Okay. And I will work no, wait, are you changing it then, or are you working forwards and I'm working backwards? I'm going from 10 to 1.
There we go. This is our situation at the moment. This is exactly it.
Yeah.
Paste Pot Pete.
He was right on the outside.
Okay. We're going to start with you then, because you're number 10, right? Yep. Is that where you want to start?
Yes.
Okay.
So we can start with that. And I am going to preface this by giving a spoiler that I am going X-free in my top 10. So spoiler alert for that. And for a couple of reasons. One, because I know this guy is going to have us covered from an X perspective. And the X-Men are getting a lot of love in Marvel Legends right now. Now, that's not to say that I don't really want a green Banshee and the rest of the Astonishing X-Men team, because I want those figures badly. But I am staying away from them because I had plenty of other picks to go in here. So
plus we can throw that in there too. Banshee seems like a lock, and as much as I want to reiterate my need for classic Banshee, I left him off the list, because with that one, it's just a repaint away. So it may take a year or two, but
right. And even to the Astonishing team, to the Marvel Legends team's credit, they have been really good about getting those teams, built up. Now, not finishing all of them, but at this point, but I feel okay that they're going to get most of those teams finished, or at least to the point where it can be reasonably finished, right? But the Astonishing team is so finite that I feel like if you're going to do Cyclops and Emma, the rest of them, there's 4 of them. That's it.
Right. Because my list on the front page has Kitty and Colossus, because I want those 2. I never got the Toy Biz Astonishing Colossus, and Kitty needs a redo bad.
Yep.
I also left out, did you mention Excalibur Rachel?
Oh, okay.
That's another biggie for Excalibur. I left her off, but they've mentioned, yes, here's most of the team. We know there's someone missing. We'll get to her. So I left her off too. But I did leave one on the list that seems obvious, but I wanted to.
Yeah,
I wanted to.
Well, and then we can go right into mine, because the other part was I was going to try to avoid redos or different versions of characters for the most part, because I wanted mostly new and unique characters. But if you pull up number 10, I'm breaking my own damn rule here right from the beginning. And I'm going with Iron Fist, because good Lord, how long has Hasbro been making Marvel Legends action figures, and we still don't have a classic Heroes for Hire? Iron Fist got a little bit closer in one version that I think some people kind of went, oh yeah, that's kind of okay, pretty good, but not good enough. And I want a classic Iron Fist, and he goes in at number 10 because my predictable next pick is going to show that, but I want that classic team. We just got a really nice new Daredevil and Elektra, so I'm kind of at the street level Marvel Heroes high right now, and getting that set just reminded me how badly we need Iron Fist.
Now I lean more towards the full suit with the sneakers, less collar look.
Really?
Which I'm pretty happy with, but I'm always down for a classic look too. And this is Iron Fist. I would buy this in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Even without the X, because everyone prices and everything else. Yeah. Room and is a big factor too. I'm focusing more on X these days.
Yeah.
And classic Marvel. So this
classic Marvel,
in those
classic Marvel, and I'm Fantastic Four and classic Marvel, so I'm very much with you. And I can look at my display and say, damn, Daredevil, Elektra, Punisher, Kingpin, Bullseye, all of these guys are like, even Moon Knight, pretty close. It's like, but Heroes for Hire, they stick out like a sore thumb with what I have representing them on the shelf right now.
Yeah, I would buy this.
Yeah.
So this is your number.
This is number 10.
It's gonna make it rough, but I am going to work mine backwards.
Okay.
So we're gonna flip back and forth a little bit here and there. Okay. So I'll have to cut it off and then that, because like I said, in my head, it's not really, I want all 10.
Right. Well,
and it's not really I want this more than the others, but
and this is fun too, because you had to know my list simply by virtue of the fact that you're displaying, but I don't know yours, so I like being surprised by these. So except for probably this first one, I can guess what that is.
And I always throw this out when they ask in person. I throw this out. It's been on my top 10 forever. It's never going to happen. At this point, it's too old. It's too. It happened right here in the vast space of Marveldom. It's right here, and then they ruined the character and never came back to him. But it doesn't stop me from wanting an Agent X.
Yeah,
that it's a guy. It's a Deadpool ripoff in baggy tactical gear.
Yeah.
This is the early 2000s encapsulated in a comic book.
Yeah.
But I want it. This is what got me back in. I got back in with New X-Men. I was reading Deadpool. when the whole Liefeld thing happened, whenever they like, oh, we can't do Deadpool, we can't do X-Force, we can't do Cable or whatever it was. So it was Soldier X, Ecstatics, and Agent X.
Yeah.
And now that I say that, I want a box set of Ecstatics too, but Agent X is near and dear.
Well, and you know what? I want this figure because you want this figure. Like I wanted this figure to happen for you for so long, but I got to tell you, I know you tell people at shows this is what you want in Marvel Legends and whatnot, but I don't think you like go for the like. I don't think you like go for the like knockout punch with them enough with this, simply by virtue of the fact that the Star Wars team did their part to get the character for one of your kids done, and you're sitting over here with your other kid not having his damn namesake figure on the shelf.
Oh yeah,
come on, dudes.
Yep. Because I can put those, I pair them up and then buy multiples of it too.
Yes,
because
exactly.
That's what I did with Aura.
Yeah, there you go.
Plus, I mean, a dude in a clothing like this, you change out the torso. Well, I don't know. You could probably make more characters with some gear. I'm actually looking at G.I. Joe parts right now. Whenever, because those boots are kind of what Bazooka just came with.
He was the one that I was looking at, and that's exactly what I was going to say. So yeah,
and he's got the baggy pants, and he's larger to fit a little better with Marvel Legends.
Legends, yep.
So yeah, that may be a custom in the plans.
Yes,
well,
actually, no. Start customizing him.
Yeah, exactly. And that's half my top 10 is customs I have planned or have planned for years that I haven't got to yet. And that if I'm planning a custom, that's how much I want it.
Yep.
No, not Nick Fury. No. Not that body. That doesn't need to come back.
Oh, good choice. And this would have been okay. You want them, you didn't really put them in order, but this would be your number one.
Yeah, this is the one I put at number one because this is there's some obvious ones. I mean, we both have some obvious ones. If people have been watching this for any amount of time, then you can kind of guess half our picks. But yeah. This is my obvious one.
Good.
So
good one.
Okay, now I have to flip back over to this other one.
For my number 9 pick, which is not going to be a surprise to anyone now at this point, but even more so.
Say
my
when.
10 pick. Sweet Christmas. Is this a needed action figure? Come on, Hasbro dudes. We need classic Luke Cage, Power Man, if you will, because I got my Doctor Doom figure right here. He's ready. I need Luke Cage so he can come in and say, "Where's my money, honey?" to Doctor Doom to create the greatest comic book panel in history. And come on, more chain belts in Marvel Legends, more tiaras, and more of the deepest V that you could possibly get.
V's don't get deeper than that, right? I mean, that becomes indecent exposure.
I'm not reading those comics if they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The collar, the cuffs,
all of it.
What more do you want?
And Iron Man or Iron Fist, Iron Fist and Power Man together, same series, retro cards. Sweet Christmas. They would look amazing.
This is another one I'd take because I think I tried to customize the Toy Biz one back in the day. The belt came off or something happened. I don't remember what was, but at this point it's outdated.
Yeah, that figure hurts my soul to look at it these days. It's like, oh, the hand is nightmares.
Power Man on the Hercules, but that would have a lot of overlay.
Yeah,
I keep some naked figure by my desk all the time because this is my go-to big guy body. I've got a couple of these for customs that I haven't started any of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could see that. You need some cuffs, you need some boots. The
Yep.
puffy sleeves would be from the arm, elbow down at least,
Yep.
and then the collar and the shirt.
I get it. I get it, but it's time. And it
Yeah.
would take some parts. But I feel like maybe Iron Fist would balance them out a little bit.
Maybe with what, Daredevil's coming to the MCU, Punisher's rumored. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll bring Power Man and Iron Fist over, Luke Cage, and that seems like a nice setup for some retro carded goodness.
Yes. Heroes and you know they can put Power Man or they can put Iron Fist on the card, or they can put Heroes for Hire Giants on the card, and it will look awesome. And please, 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 let's get Iron Fist and especially Power Man, Luke Cage, however you want to call him. But this is how he's got to look like this. I'm got nothing against modern Luke Cage characterization, whatever else, but
yeah,
the yellow T-shirt and pants just don't do it for me. This is what we need.
Now, Michael, we are in pick 3 of 22, so it's going to be kind of all over the place. But there's some more classic goodness coming.
Yeah,
Hercules for Hire. Yeah, I wouldn't.
That'd actually be pretty funny. And Power Man will teach him how to talk like a hero for hire. That alone will be amazing.
Okay, let me get to the other one. Flip backwards. There we go. Now, much like your number 1 pick and number 2 pick going hand in hand together.
You mean my number 10, 9, and 10 picks going hand in hand?
Whatever. We're working up. It's called top 10, right? Damn it. Yeah.
Yeah, but the showmanship goes to 1.
Your number 10 and your number 9 picks hand in hand. Yes. My number 1 pick and number 2 pick are also going hand in hand. Is a redo, but not a redo character, but not in this look, at least not correctly.
Okay.
Because, man, if I get an Agent X, I need an Udon Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Now we've gotten something diagonal from. I think we've got the head with one of them, and then it was the body from the cartoon and stuff. But you got to have all those paddings: the thigh, the knee, the shins, the forearm, the elbow. This is Taskmaster stripped. I can't say silliness because I also like Taskmaster's villain look, his super villain look with the cape and everything. But this is stripped down and built back up. And I don't like this word either, but I'm more serious. But it's not, it's still comic books. He still has a hologram shield and a projector and everything else. But
it brings out the tactical side of Taskmaster and puts that at the front, right?
Right along with Agent X, it's kind of, if this dude was walking down the street, it's not as an eye draw. Like, oh, kinda, yeah, but not as much as his original
pads, bro.
Yeah, this is Taskmaster made tactical.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean that's what he is, right? He's a tactical genius. So
and
literally wear it on your sleeves.
He was badass in the series. He was I think, did he pop up in his own series before this that Udon wrote? And it kind of put him in this space, and then they put him in the Agent X universe. And I don't know how long he ran with this, but I think he's back to the blues and the oranges and the whites.
Yeah.
Which is fun. Again, I'll take a new figure of that too.
And that's like this. That's a perfect image for him. Except, man, that right hand has got some weird stuff going on with it.
Yeah. Okay. I went searching for
looks like
images.
one of those AI generated hands.
Yeah. He's dropping the guns. But yeah, there were better. But this is the one that showed most of his body, because I don't like where his shoulders are at either. I just popped my own shoulder trying to do that.
Yeah, the skewed perspective is strange.
Yeah. But I could go back to the cover, which I have to do this, and then I have to do this, and he's right here too. Pow!
Yeah,
right there. Bam!
And
I take an Outlaw and a Sandy and a Mary Zero.
Yeah, Outlaw would be fun. That'd be a fun figure.
Yeah, she's got some connections.
Yeah.
What was Udon? Yeah, that was the studio.
Yeah.
That worked on this. They did a lot of Street Fighter.
Yeah, they do a lot of Capcom stuff in general. Yeah.
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 Because Alvin Lee, right here. Udon's the studio, and then Lee was the artist, and Gail Simone was the writer.
Yeah.
Yes, and it was several years after. Well, what was 2006, 2007? I was at Comic-Con, and Lee was doing sketches, and that's the only sketch I've ever gotten from an artist at a Comic-Con. And when they were at the Street Fighter booth, and I waited in line, got through it, got to the front, had my little book that I bought right there with Street Fighter and stuff, and I was like, "Can you do me an Agent X sketch?" And he was ecstatic. He was like, "Hell yes." I haven't done that in a while, and it's not Street Fighter that I've been doing all weekend. So
that's awesome.
He was like, "Hey, I'm doing an Agent X sketch." He seemed happy about it, which made me happy.
It's not Ken. It's not Cammy.
And I've still got it in my stuff over there with my 90s trading cards, Marvel Universe cards and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Very cool. So yeah, that's
my number 9.
Yeah,
or 2, depending on who you're following.
Yeah. So I would say my next choice is about as far away from that pick as you could really get in terms of look, background, part of the universe. So,
but man, I want this one too. This one's been on my list for a long time.
Yeah, and I make no bones about the fact that I'm a huge Fantastic Four fan. And I realized that with the movie coming in 2024 now, right? That's probably when the influx of Fantastic Four is going to really happen. But we just got the Franklin set and this and that. And I don't care. This is what I want. So my next choice is a standby Fantastic Four villain who has not had a previous version in the line, and that is Wizard. They're doing those retro cards once again for Fantastic Four. I think they're the best looking retro cards that Hasbro has done, and this is a set. That's how he was presented in the 90s. Let's get this on one of those cards right now in Marvel Legends.
Because I mean, what is that? A new torso and a new head?
Yeah.
And I've seen so many customs done with the head of the 5-inch figure, which completely works because of the size and everything there.
Yeah.
It's just, I've never gotten around to it. In fact, that's kind of an Iron Man chest, isn't it?
A little bit. Yeah, maybe.
That's his disc thing, right? His anti-grav.
Yep. Yeah. But, it would be another fun. He could also, like you said, long-term telegraphing too. It'd be a really fun team to kick off as well, to get us also in maybe a new version of Medusa, Paste Pot Pete or Trapster, and then the different version of Sandman would be fun as well to have that team out and together.
Can they just use overlay for the shoulder wings? It seems such a big part of that chest, because my first thought went to the hoop it around. That way it'll raise up and down with the arm if need be. But does it need to be integrated into the torso completely?
I don't know. Maybe. It's such a clean line if it is, and the angle of it's so extreme that it wouldn't really mess with the articulate. Yeah, Frightful Four. And the thing about Frightful Four is that they have been around for so long. I don't think people realize how long the Frightful Four, I mean, it was back in the Pace Pot Pete days for goodness sakes. So yeah, it's a long standing team, and I could have made this list nothing but Fantastic Four villains and this and that, because I want a new Annihilus, I want a classic Blast. The Rama, there's so many. But when I was thinking about it, I was like, Wizard is one that is doable. He's a longtime villain, and man, he would look great on that retro card.
Retro card 4-pack. You think they could sell that Sandman in that costume by itself? That's one of those that, that I like it.
Yeah,
just because of its awkwardness. Because that's not how I picture Sandman most of the time.
Yeah, a 4-pack would be fun too. Absolutely. Yeah.
Paste Pot Pete.
Right?
Well, the team's changed several times, haven't? I mean,
yep. Yeah.
But Wizard always seemed like the counterpart, or the counterpoint to Reed.
Obviously, when you're dealing with a team whose primary villain is like the perfect counterpoint to Reed, he gets overlooked a little bit. But on that kind of like more granular level, he is almost a perfect counterpart for him. So yeah.
And when I think of Frightful Four, it's Wizard.
Yeah, and then
I don't know if there's been iterations without the Wizard, but he seems like the mastermind.
Right. Well, not mastermind. That's a different character.
Well, yeah. But of him putting the Frightful Four is mine. I'm going to put characters together.
Yeah.
Not 5, not 3.
Yeah. But
although Frightful 5, it's not. That doesn't sound bad.
Yeah. But yeah, Wizard, and I know you've been wanting him as well. So yeah.
Again, it was one of those things of. I don't even, well, at this point, I don't know. I may have picked up that 5-inch figure years ago and it's sitting in a bin somewhere, but that was always in the back of my head. Ooh,
yeah.
If they're not going to make it, I'm going to make it.
I'm going to do it.
And then as soon as I do, God dang it.
Yeah.
And then
let's get it.
I don't collect 112 that much, but Pace Pot Pete would be a pickup. Perhaps a pre-order. Alliteration.
Pace Pot Pete pre-order, please.
Yeah. Pick it up post haste. Okay. Now I got to flip over to here, do this. Where are we going? Okay. I don't know if this one will be a hard sell. It's classic-y. It has the potential to be even more classic-er. But also not as classic, it's one of those it's another redo of a character that's they attempted it and I hated it. That was one of the few Marvel Legends I took back to the store and went, no. I do not want this. You take it away from me, give me my money back.
Okay.
But that would this needs a new body, or when it comes to Beast in his human form, there's not a body that works completely size wise. Really, if it came down to it, the furry Beast that we have, that's excellent. That without the fur, size wise.
Yeah.
Maybe
that makes sense.
It is a little large, right? But for Hank in this form, I don't mind a little bulk. But you got to have the big forearms, the big hands, the big feet.
Man, that would be a tremendous box set right there.
Oh, yeah. Because we have Scott, right? And we have Archangel, which, Angel.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. But Beast, and my favorite is this brown and orange. They had their first costumes They had their second costume. These are the second costumes. This is my look for X Factor. But that beast opens so many possibilities.
Yes, that is correct.
Because, oh Lord. Okay, hold on a second. Let me make sure this is set up right. because I even have, a slide presentation. You could do the first version, right? Same, just a repaint. Get your blue and reds with Gene in the greens and Scott in the yellows.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to Iceman with the power dampening belt, right?
Yeah.
Which may not be earlier. We just need a good Iceman.
Yeah.
But now they're starting the Guardians. I'm all over the place. If they give us Martin X in the Guardians, they could do Iceman 2 with the same body. That's a freebie.
That's true.
But
that Yondu made me go back and order the Star-Lord.
But yeah, Hank in this could give us this Hank. Could give us this Hank, which is the box set I returned. Well, okay, this is like a modern take on those original costumes, but
yeah. But
still
supposed to represent. Yeah.
We could also get the X-Men in these costumes, but then, and I've said this before, with swappable parts, we could also get this beast.
Ooh,
after Infectia got a hold of him, and he turned back. So, I mean, there's so many possibilities with this pick.
So is this one that you've got a custom in progress, and are you like sanding down Beast?
No, hell no. Because several times I've looked and I've thought it needs and there may be a body that I'm not picturing, but it needs to be thick, Yeah. Plus, they don't show it so much here. Is it here? Feet wise, you got to have the big feet.
Yeah.
And I'm almost in my customizing journey, I've almost thought 1/12 or 1/6 is too big. I don't want to buy 1/6 bare feet and then not fit up.
Your customizing journey.
Yeah, my customizing journey to only end in sheer disappointment after it's officially made, after I finally put on the last coat of dull coat. Yes, I'm so happy, you sons of bitches. But yeah, my pick is Beast.
Yes.
And Savage He-Man. Yeah, that Savage He-Man is the same sculpt as the He-Man, though. The thin body.
Yeah.
Just get some 1/12 scale. Oh, that's good. That's good. I forgot about those.
Yeah, that was the first thing that popped. Well, like when I was looking at him, as you said that, I was like, Hulk feet, but then I was like, oh, he's probably already tried that. So
because my custom Astonishing Beast, I used Soda Street Fighter Ryu feet, which don't get huge, but he didn't really have that look. For this, definitely need. That is Popeye in an X costume uniform. Let's not talk about that box set. Yeah, because whoo. But yeah, that's been on my want list for a long time. Plus, I loved X Factor, but I think it was this beast. Was he back to blue in the not Atlantis Attacks? It's where all the B-list Avengers came together to fight High Evolutionary War. It was gray. It was Gray Hulk. It was this beast. It was female Rita, Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
What's her face? The female Ultron. Jocasta.
Jocasta, yeah.
Jocasta. Jocasta.
Jocasta was the failed Sega home gaming system, right? Jocasta.
The captain. Yep, he was in there. See, I'm already partway there. Evolutionary War.
No, it's a good pick.
Yeah, and it's plain. And I another beast. We don't need a. Yeah, we need another beast. We need all the beasts.
Yeah, well, I can think of another one still that we need from
Astonishing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's got to be a whole new sculpt. That. Yeah.
But some figures just need to be that.
Haha, I get it. Let's call the whole thing off. Yeah, and that seems to be the direction they're going with Astonishing. Again, I didn't put Kitty, I didn't put Colossus on my list because dedicated sculpts, well, okay, Emma does have some reuse, but and Cyclops may have some base body, but they've sculpted on top of that. So yeah. I feel like they're going in that direction.
Yes. And it's such a finite team that it's like we can get this done.
Oh man, what would make me completely happy, he's not on my list, but Ord and a new Danger would be icing on the cake, baby.
Yeah. Danger.
Then you'd have the team and like the villains that kind of showed up and was prominent in that storyline.
Flocked beast.
Try new Ultimate Brock Lesnar for human beast body. Y'all just trying to trick me into actually starting this custom.
Well, that's the thing. No, you need to start it so they'll make it.
Yeah. And it's not like I don't enjoy the customizing itself, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's half the fun. Okay.
And customizing is half the battle.
Yeah, the other half of the battle is finding a place for it and then deciding I replace it. I usually replace it with the actual figures. Oh, need Zorn too. Zorn's cool.
Yeah.
AEW Miro. That's another choice. That's another. Did I hear Flocked Beast?
Yeah.
Did you say Flocked?
Somebody
did you say Flocked? Oh.
Yeah, I did. I was reading what someone said.
I'm out. Again, yeah. Already, we talked already. Wizard.
Yeah.
Wizard
is Wizard, and he is on my list.
Storm's coming, Annie. Comic Style Warriors 3. I saw at Laser Pants. I mentioned that earlier, or I think it was Laser Pants. But no Warriors 3 on my list today. But that's another team I'd buy.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Are we ready to go to the next?
What is this pick? Yours are actually numbered right.
Number 7, right? 7.
Yes.
7.
Yes.
Number 7 pick is very much needed because we just got this really great HasLab Galactus that was delivered to us. And with that HasLab Galactus, we got some damn cool Heralds of Galactus. And in the Fantastic Four Retro Card Series, we got another damn cool Herald of Galactus. So I've got Silver Surfer, I've got Firelord, I've got Terrax, I've got Frankie. To me, there is really only like absolutely essential, like for my, time, Herald that is left, and that is Gabriel the Airwalker. And look at this guy. He is insane. His design is so crazy. And apparently I've got something for pointy sleeve dudes in this list because I'm going straight from Wizard to Gabriel the Airwalker. And it's like, Morg's a cool figure, and we got him with Galactus, but man, I was really hoping that this would be a part of that set. And I get it that it's not. So because I don't know. To me, the Heralds are Silver Surfer, Terrax, Firelord, Gabriel, and then Frankie is in there too. Those are the 5 that are really to me. So yeah. And those fiery wing thing, cool. Very cool.
That could be like a back plug-in, kind of Havoc style.
Yeah.
Do something a bit more elaborate and it fades from pink to yellow or that'd be cool. Yeah.
So this is someone that I can say this honestly that we've had Silver Surfer in Marvel Legends forever, but even before we got some of the other Heralds, either via the HasLab or Firelord, he has been like my number 1 Herald that I have wanted for a long time because he's just not been done right. I mean, I think there was a mini mate, maybe.
Yeah,
but I think
I can get track. Nope.
Yeah, I think that's it. So Airwalker, please. Yes.
But even then, I don't think they should share torsos. I think of Wizard like a thin guy.
Oh yeah, and Airwalk
Gabriel should be
bigger. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Space butterfly tutu guy.
Hell yeah, whatever you want to call him.
However you want to market it, as long as it gets made in plastic.
Yeah, and he's got those, pants or whatever they are that are so Kirby with like the, bindings or whatever on them, and it goes right into the tutu, and yeah, he's awesome.
Very Hercules. Oh, my brain there for a minute. His gloves match his skirt.
Yeah.
So I thought it was pointing up a little bit on the other side.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
But the colors, you know what? These colors shouldn't. Well, I know the colors themselves work, but the layout here just goes.
No. And that's and when you have what should be potentially a disaster on your hands with color choice or costume design, and then it works this way, because I think it does work. I mean, it's wild. Nobody's saying that it's not, but it does work.
The torso does look like avalanches.
He's in my pile of loot too. I mean, but anyway.
And you're like, to hell with Avalanche. I'm going to make Airwalker.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? He looks like old people candy. Yeah. And that works.
Yeah. But just to me now, the classic Heralds of Galactus as a team, which I know they're not a team, but they kind of actually were a team. It's incomplete without him. So let's do it.
Rowdy Airwalker.
I think from a personality standpoint, they couldn't be on any further away from each other, but hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, Airwalker's right up my alley, because that was the Herald besides Silver Surfer back in. This is the one I ran across most in the handbooks. For some reason I associate well, I know why. The early issues of New Warriors had Terrax.
Yeah.
So in my brain, I always shove him over to there. I know where he came from, but
yeah,
he wants to stand with my New Warriors. And then Frankie came later, or well, my knowledge of Frankie came later.
And Frankie to me isn't as important as like a Herald per se, but like with Johnny and the team,
Yeah.
But I'm still glad that we got her, and I don't begrudge any inclusions in that Galactus set, even Morg, who I don't really have an attachment to at all. But I want this figure so I can, because I want him individually, but it would finish that team for me as well.
You'd be done.
Yeah.
Oh, golden oldie. There's a. I saw somebody mention her.
Turner Descent. Oh wait, he wasn't a Herald.
Is that a cummerbund?
Maybe. Hopefully it won't fall in the toilet. My cummerbund fell in the toilet.
Okay.
Right.
That. What was I about to say? That was great. On to the next. I'm terrible at segues. No.
What a pick.
What a great pick. On to the next. Oh no. Where am I at?
That was some selection.
Okay, check this out. I had one choice in mind, right? And that choice slowly morphed into something else.
We already have morph if you're trying to do it.
I know. But my original pick was, hold on, Exile's Mimic, but after my choice of Beast, it feels like that body would make this more likely.
I was gonna say that's a thick boy right there.
Because I mean, he essentially has all the powers of the X-Men, the 5, So he's got the wings, he's got the beast, he's got the ice, he's got the beams, he's got the telekinesis, telekinetic. And this is more classic. I feel like this I could put over on the X-Men shelf, and it's like, oh yeah, X-Men villain. Exile's mimic would be kind of, he'd go with Blink and Morph.
Yeah.
And it would take forever to build more.
Yeah.
But this gets me closer to that X Factor Beast too. So, haha.
Yeah. That's a wild choice. That's a wild choice, but it's cool. I mean, you're right. You're helping to facilitate two choices with one, presented new body type. So you're solving problems. And I mean, even in a shelf of crazy freaks, this would still stand out.
Yeah. Give it a couple of power effects. Everything here is something from an X-Men figure. Yeah.
Well, I would
could be added to X-Men figure if this was accessories here.
I don't know. Don't you think like proportionally the Cyclops head would be way too big?
Oh yeah, that's true. But if a blast effect, if the visor was removable or the blast effect was swappable, you can move it over to.
Okay.
If you could swap stuff with the Cyclops visor. Well, we've got the X Factor one
on the card, on the retro card. Yeah.
That you can put different things in, and then do a deluxe with eye slide and optic blasts. Yeah.
Kind of like they did in Mojo.
And then make Iceman with a different, or add it if you want to throw it over there, throw it over here, whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody is a big X-Men fan. Oh, you haven't even. Just wait.
As I said, my list is X-free. Even though I still want some X-Men, but yeah.
Plus, Mimic doesn't. I mean, he shows up on lists, but he seems less likely. So I felt like, oh man, yeah, I'll throw a vote.
And that's the thing. That's the thing about, what makes a line like Marvel Legends, which has been going on for so long, so cool is that, yeah, you can facilitate the popular picks as you move along, but you still need stuff completely out of nowhere in there to make that happen. I mean, they just announced the set that they announced on Friday. I mean, nobody was expecting that, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or well, if you don't pay attention to leaks and lists and rumors,
which
and stuff,
I don't.
Yeah. And it was like, oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, plus with this, somebody said it would be a Build-A-Figure. Yeah. How about a Build-A-Figure in a wave of the X-Men in the original uniforms, and then everything is swappable. Like Angel has a set of wings that can be used. Well, no, that you'd have to use them for Angel. And my thought went to different versions like Gargoyles, where one's down and one's up. Yeah, but I would want articulated. So that kind of kills that.
Well, I mean, a set of articulated wings that you would be able to do this would look cool, but just from a silhouette, you could still do like the kind of down, like around wings, that were solid pieces that would just be for like, this is for like stoic posing on the shelf, but that's action, right?
Yeah, with some articulation to these. Then you could swap the parts between the Build-A-Figure and all the figures in that wave. I don't know how well a wave of 5 figures all in the same uniform would go. But
well, I mean, if you bumped it up to 7, it's like throw in a new classic Magneto just to be like a real,
ooh, a classic like, Magneto and a green Quicksilver.
Something, yeah.
Or
proper mastermind.
Changeling, Vanisher. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like class Unis the Unstoppable. Unis. How do you say that?
I haven't really thought about that one.
There you go. Cold Kid we were on the same wavelength there.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. No, that's a fun one.
And the more I thought about it, the Exiles version, when I think of that, I know he could different powers and such, but to me, he always had he needs Wolverine claws, which means swappable hands, and then Colossus pow. So that would be swappable arms and head.
Yeah.
On top of wings and whatever else. So that seemed like it was getting out of hand, unless it's some kind of deluxe release.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this would be a fun one.
Yeah, just some classics. Like
Unis is how I would have said it as well.
Mesmero.
Yeah.
Would be good.
Yeah, Mesmero would be really cool, actually. I'd take that.
Mesmero.
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 Okay. Let me find your pick. Hold on.
Okay. This one is we're definitely on. So I guess maybe because of the nature of the things that I choose for top 10s, mine has been rather static for a while. So this one probably shouldn't be a surprise, but I'm thinking now, hopefully, because of recent cinematic events, that it makes a character like this more possible and very much, you know, hey, it's time to do this. And it's not a Tuma, but it is a Tuma. Because I want a classic comic Atuma. Again, I've gone back to, I keep going back to this because it's too easy. Just like they did in the 90s on that same Fantastic Four card that they have brought back from Marvel Legends. And this pick that I gave to you, looking at it now, it's like, damn it, I got the one with like the muted colors. It's like, no, he needs to be bright blue with yellow and just, yeah.
I'm doing a quick search, see what happens.
Yeah, it won't be hard. It won't be hard to find. Yeah, but I mean, I'll be honest with you, he has been mostly on. Because maybe I've had a few top 10 lists where he's dipped off of it, but he has been on my Marvel Legends top 10 list since the Toy Biz days. Honestly, he has, because I just love the look of him. And as a Fantastic Four adjacent / Namor guy, it's like we don't get enough of those, and so yeah.
Hold on just a second. Messing all this up. My mouse gave out. Surprise.
My mouse gave out.
Pow.
Yeah.
Well, that's not, well, I don't know. That's a little better.
Yeah. If like the old 5-inch figure, I think was pretty bright, you know.
Gotta wear shades.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a bust. Or maybe I did.
That's nice. That's nice. But I mean,
nice.
that one got his like that bright blue like skin color that I was talking about. That's like, yes, he needs that.
Veeb's list wins. Atlantis Attacks. I mentioned that a minute ago. I liked Atlantis Attacks too.
My list may lose before we're over and done with here, but we'll see.
Atuma Matata.
Yeah, hey, that's a Dan Yoon thing. So come on, Dan, we're not talking to you at that level. It's like, yeah, we got the MCU one, which is fine as a door opener, and it's like he is now. Say what you want about Marvel movies and this and that, but to a general audience, he has now made his debut, right? So he has become more recognizable and accessible. So I find myself falling into that a lot with just wait till they get into a movie and then they'll do the comic version. Well, this is an instance of that. So yes, please.
Controller skin.
Controller is the I would want to go even a little bit brighter than Controller, although Controller was one of my like top 3 Marvel Legends figures last year. I know that's a sleeper and people are probably rolling their eyes at it, but I love that figure. It's so classic, it's chunky, the colors are great. That was one of my favorite ones. So yeah, that's a more like that.
Oh, and going back up to Cold Kid, Living Monolith, Living Pharaoh. Living Monolith sounds familiar.
Living monolith is school. If we're gonna get into like a pharaoh Egyptian argument here, I'd go with Rama Tut first on that for me personally, but
I'm kind of a Sphinx guy too, because
yeah, Sphinx would be cool too.
Again, it seems like it was around that same time as the New Warriors.
Yeah. Well, and Atuma also kind of satisfies my underwater characters because Marina or Marina, however you want to say her name, from Alpha Flight is like the one that's missing from that too. And she did not make my list this time, but I definitely still want her in Marvel Legends as well.
Because Alpha Flight needs some love too.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
You're letting secrets out of the box all of a sudden.
I know, dang it. Atuma complete with cactus fork. Yep, that's it took me a second to realize, oh yeah, he does have a cactus fork.
And then we've got some finger guns, I think, in the Marvel Legends line, so you can do the pose and stick them up with the cactus like people used to do out in the desert.
A Namora. Namorita is the one I remember for New Warriors. Again, it keeps popping up. I have no New Warriors on my list, and it seems like I keep going back to there. Every version of Box Alpha Flight. We'll get to that, but am I going to move? Am I?
You're up.
I can't remember what number we're on, but
mine was just what, 6? Yeah.
You know how I was talking about, some of my picks lead into other picks. Is kind of if they did this, they could also do this, and they could also do this. But
you've been very logistically enabling for them.
Yeah, and I can't help it. I could do a quick top 10, which is what I have on the front page, but the more I think about it, the more I get into, that leads to this and snowballs and avalanches. And on top of all that, though, we have not gotten a nice angel figure in a while, in a long time.
Ever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at the time, the Toy Biz one, was that
it was still Brad Pitt.
Yeah. But we need some Warren Worthington III. Just straight angel.
Yep. And just redo him in the blue in some other set or something. Yes.
Like that? Yes. Oh,
yes, exactly like that.
Slideshow presentation.
Yes.
Because I didn't find a picture of it, because at the time I didn't think of it, but now that we're knee deep, the X Factor look with the X.
Yeah. And that wing pose is exactly what I was talking about. If like there was a static set of wings with the whole mimic thing, and then an articulated one, these are the ones that should just be the static ones that are like just for that vanilla posing, and then the other ones can be articulated. Yeah,
articulated. Even to take it even a little further, I wouldn't mind if the wings kind of came around them slightly to the sides. That way it's not taking up so much back room. Maybe a little more to the sides, but kind of a he's in the yard.
When you think of Angel, it's either in like extreme flight pose, or if he's just standing around, it's like, stoic almost. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Because even here, that's going to take up some room, as we've all learned with gargoyles.
Yeah.
Even some side to side action. But this isn't bad. Yeah. But I couldn't decide between the red or the blue. So either or.
Yeah. I would hope that if they did one, the other one would show up in some other way too.
I don't mind the yellow gloves and boots, but
it would be these two for me first, though.
The white is just so angelic, This has always been the better look for Angel. I'd take an Eric or the red too. So many. Need a Diamond Lil.
Yeah.
Alpha Flight's Guardian needs a do-over. I've always thought of him as bigger, but the more I go back and look, he's just normal dude. I don't know why I always pictured him as
he's one of those that, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't do that. So don't take this way. He's one of those that it's not enough for me to be yelling for him to be redone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like what I have is good enough for me. If they did redo it, okay, that's fine. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but it's not one that's like jumps out to me.
Did Angel's red outfit not have the halo on his chest? I'm not sure now that you say that. This is how I remember it. But it very
I can't think of it when it did. Because I'm pretty sure the blue had instances where it didn't have the halo, right? Man, that's rabbit hole territory right there.
Yeah, because I'm clicking on Google. Oh God, the first one, like the has a halo on the red. It's a vintage style print on eBay. That picture's terrible.
And Colt Kid again, yeah. If I'm getting into any like Alpha Flight area, like or Wendigo is, we definitely need a redo of Wendigo.
Wendigo. Come on, baby, let's go.
And I only associate that with Alpha Flight because of the reuse of the Sasquatch body, but you know what I mean.
could be this.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Here's the one I grabbed. Here's the one. This one shows a halo on the red.
Yeah.
Oh man, there's the alternate versions with the blue skin.
Didn't we get that head though already?
With Archangel, right?
Yeah. So I mean, that could be used.
Got your original costume.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what did I click. Oh, this Alex Ross put a halo on the red.
Yeah. But Alex Ross is a known not enthusiast, so so what does he know? All right.
I'm giving away all my information on eBay. I didn't know that was going to click open on. Let's see. But yeah, Angel, just Angel.
Yeah, just Angel. Yep. That's a good one.
All right. I would take it. Oh, yeah, and then X Factor. See, it works all the way back to the X Factor thing too, so.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me find where you're at.
We're now heading into very familiar territory, if we haven't been into familiar territory with me yet. And I stand by it because I'm coming by this list honestly, that this has been, these characters have been on my list. But number 5, I've got kind of a not renewed likelihood of the character being made, but kind of a renewed possibility that parts are getting better for the character to be made.
Hold on just a second. My computer doesn't like the format you sent that picture in.
Was it one of those weird format ones now?
Yeah.
I hate that.
WebP, but
yeah, I hate that. And I usually watch out for those things.
Yeah, I've had to put something on my browser to save as JPEGs.
Yeah. Because Photoshop hates those too and stuff like that. Yeah.
But it's easy enough to bring this up. I think a lot of people know where you're going.
Yeah. So let's ring a ding ding, get into number 5 pick, which is, of course,
there you go.
Dr. Bong.
Dr. Bong.
Or
Blue Beetle.
Yeah. Heck yeah. So look at him. It would be done with paint, so it would cheat it a little bit. But that new Hyperion that they just showed off, he's got that. I was chatting with Trevor from NECA, and that was the first thing that he said. So credit to him.
Really? Oh yeah, I guess
that plate piece right there, like the rivets and the bell and whatnot would be paint, but that's okay. That piece could be that maybe that torso could be used then for him.
Huh. have we talked about him being in green before?
Yeah,
Yeah.
way back on one of the
But
older
you
ones.
want this is what you want.
Yeah,
What you
yeah,
really, really want?
yeah. And really that past that, I mean, yeah, he'd need kind of a unique cape, but there's not a whole lot of crazy,
No,
new
because that
parts.
cape actually looks familiar. What have we?
It almost looks Doctor Strangey in the shape of it right now around the shoulders,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's a nefarious looking Dr. Bong. But
Dr. Bong always makes the pain go away.
but they can call him whatever they want.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Bong. Dr. Bong.
He's one of those characters that is out there wild, makes the Marvel universe so much better. And it kind of started as a joke with having him always on my list, but I'm too far gone now. I need to have him, and I know Benty would be very much with me for this too. So yeah.
Yeah. I always like to look at this.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I mean, well, no, he's not big enough for, well, he may be for a classic Drax reuse body. Kind of
Well,
classic.
maybe.
But then I picture classic. Well, okay, go past the big hulkish Drax to
Yeah.
the original Drax the Destroyer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe he wasn't this big, but I'm doing it again. Oh, if we got this, you
You're
could
doing
get over there.
you're working out the line planning for him. Yeah. The budget.
He's the one that call to make you feel good.
Sure.
He's the one going to make you feel all right. Did someone say classic Drax? I did. I'd take both.
Yep.
The Drax, like the original look, and then the big Infinity Watch. Was that when he was kind of big and dumb?
Yeah, maybe.
I swallowed it.
Yeah.
Looks like a Doom Patrol character hopped over to Marvel. That's.
I love Doom Patrol too, so there you go.
With his sidekick, Devil's Lettuce. I was just looking at the body people have been using for. I think I saw it on Boog's video. Was people swapping Howard the Duck's head over to the Fortnite Jonesy suit body for articulated action. It's a blue suit, so the brown hat doesn't work, but
yeah, but you could touch that up, right?
Yeah, still, or yeah, it'd probably be easier to make the hat blue than the body brown.
Yeah, definitely.
I want the Infinity Gauntlet era one specifically. Yeah, that's when I read most of them.
But yeah, let's get Dr. Bong in Marvel Legends, because I mean, then you will have known the the line has arrived. If they
that's right. And yeah, I'd totally take Zach's as a Build-A-Figure.
Yeah.
Some yellow transparent or translucent material.
Smart Hulk in there with that.
Ring my bell. Ring my bell.
Yes.
I Dr. Bong. There's a lot. I mean, Hugo Classic, like we were talking about earlier. We're kind of on the same page. People are watching this going, hey, you got any new character?
Well, that's not my fault.
Yeah.
You go talk to the Marvel Legends team for not making my list, all right?
Making all these dang characters that aren't
I've
actually
been
legends.
remarkably consistent.
Okay, what do we got here? Where am I at? There may be some confusion here. Okay, we worked that.
Land of confusion.
We worked that. Okay. I gave this one away a minute ago, but I didn't. I went from my specific version. I'm gonna be selfish here.
It's a top 10 most wanted list.
That's right.
It is.
So when it comes to my version of Alpha Flight box, this is what I want.
Yep, I'm with you. That's the
yeah.
one. I like that one and the more white one too, but yeah.
Easy now.
Yeah. Well, Yes.
I need a white suit comic Gamora. Yeah, that one's just a cool look too. But this is my box. This is the one that was in the Marvel. Shut up. This is the one that was in. Here's my box. What kind of live stream are you guys running?
We started with wrestling, and now it's on the box.
Yeah. This is the one in the handbook. This is the one I stared at most mornings when I got to this issue, eating my cereal, watching cartoons, flipping through the handbooks. This is what burned in my head.
Yep.
But, and I had this discussion on Twitter. No, not discussion, but somebody posted pictures of the other boxes too. And I'd get the blue and silver and the red and silver, the more boxy versions.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one, I don't know if they'd do a 2-pack with Jeffries. Is that his name? Mm-hmm. But I'd take a big ass robot, not finishing off that team, but adding to it.
With Marina or Marina or Marina or Marina or whatever.
I'm not sure of the history there. It's been a long time since I've read Alpha Flight. I think it was at one point. That may have been a different guy. That's why the robot looks different, maybe. How about a box set of all the various versions of box?
and the actual packaging itself is just like the biggest version that they ever did.
I swear to the sweet baby Jeebus, you get that Burt Reynolds box out of here. Oh yeah, that handbook page, and it was one of those things that it's just a cool look. I can't remember where I mentioned. Well, it was in the G.I. Joe thing. You put just a slit for the eyes, it makes it look tough.
Yeah,
it makes you think tank right off the bat. But then look at those shoulders and the arms down. You could probably get some Colossus parts out of this. Now that I'm looking at it,
I want to say that this version would be the very approachable from a possible reuse standpoint, right?
Yeah.
The other ones, I don't know if you could get into that at all, right?
Band, what's in the box? Maratner.
Reiner.
Yeah, there were many versions of box. So and I probably should have grabbed a couple of pictures, but this is the one I want the most. And like you said, this one seems like the most likely if they were to do.
These are your choices, so this is what you want.
Yeah.
So
is that their Crimson Dynamo? So that would be great. Who I do want too, but no, this is Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
This is box.
Yeah.
This is my box. Look at it. Stare at it. All these years I've been reading, I have no idea who box is. Man.
Dang.
Okay.
You are not allowed across the northern border of this country.
I just had a flash. Was the original box Roger Box? Bochs? And then this is Madison Jeffries. He came along later, I think, as a different version of box.
That sounds right.
I can't remember. I don't know why that shot in my head.
Yeah, Roger Box, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Just pulled my hand. The guy with no legs is Roger Box, who invented the original box. There you go. See?
Yeah.
So many not safe for work names today. Sure, it's not Rocket Red from 80s Justice League.
Oh,
but yeah, that's my pick. That's moving up. That's one of those that I forget about sometimes. That is on my wish list, but something like Prod said a minute ago, that I've been staring at this picture for 35 years. Yeah. So this is what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, something surprisingly, Robo knows.
Robo knows.
Yeah, Jeffries helped with his mutant metal shaping powers. That makes sense. I seem to remember him. Son of Harry Box. Okay, we need to move on. Terrible pick.
All right. Well then,
okay.
What?
Hold on. Let's see.
Numbers 4 through 1 are going to make a lot of sense together here. And so I get it if it's predictable and whatever. But yeah. But again, I've been consistent with the fact that I want the Inhumans in Marvel Legends. And I know that they had a semi-recent struggle through, a television show that wasn't any good. I've heard it straight from the horse's mouth that the main, designer, Dwight is not really a fan of the Inhumans because he told me that straight to my face. But they definitely need to be in Marvel Legends. So I'm going to start. I think I started with Triton here, right?
Yeah.
Just simply because, honestly, I'm easy with this. Is that I think you could probably get away with using quite a few parts. I would be okay with like the Green Goblin parts, I think, and whatnot used for him to do like the scaling and stuff, like in the legs and the arms and whatnot. It may not be perfect, but I'd be all right with that. And we've got Black Bolt and Medusa. I would take more classic versions of both of those characters. Don't get me wrong, but since I already have them on my shelf, I'm going for the ones that I don't have. And once again, a couple of these fall right onto that 90s Fantastic Four line retro card type of thing. Can we please knock this team out? I feel like I'm being pretty much tortured by this by this point in time. So yeah.
Let's see. What did I just see? Oh yeah. And when it comes down to it, it's not like Dwight makes all the calls,
And I say that playfully. That's a back and forth that we have. But I mean, this is a classic, Fantastic Four adjacent team. It's Jack Kirby straight, which that's my thing. So yeah, I would really like to have this group on the shelf together for the first time.
Yeah, because I'd even buy Inhumans. And when we were talking beforehand, it was like, oh, you didn't pick. Wait, was it Inhumans? That while X-Men were kind of off limit, or they were kind of downplaying X-Men in the comics, that they brought the Inhumans to the forefront to try to So, and then that's kind of all went away because X-Men come back around, and like you said, the show. So media tie-ins aren't really high priority at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like the whole way that they did that in the comics, because Ike Perlmutter, Jesus, the whole way that they did that in the comics and then it carried through, that was just like crapping on the Inhumans just to make them a quote unquote replacement for the X-Men. So that was stupid, horrible. Up yours, Marvel and whoever else with that. But let's let these guys finally get this line.
Because they're just, they're all unique looking characters that still have some, like you said, there's some parts in there that
and even some of the one, the one that I thought would have to be all new and whatnot, we've gotten to the point now that some unexpected figures have provided possible parts for reuse, but I'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah. Because people can see where this is going.
Yeah, and I'm not making any bones about it. So I'm sorry it's not exciting and it's predictable, but like I said, I've been consistent with this, and I still really want them more than anybody else in Marvel Legends.
Don't worry though, because I get predictable here in a minute. That's maybe not predictable in this one. I'm trying to remember what I put in here. Oh, that one too. Damn. Okay. We move it. We chugging right along.
Yeah, we're chugging
because I didn't realize how many we actually have left to go.
I think we've only got like 3 picks plus the Build-A-Figure left. So yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because mine, where did I say? Oh, it was in the review of the retro X-Men figures that I was like, oh, okay, we have this, we have this, we have this. Now we need this to finish off my version of the Brotherhood.
Very nice.
The Brotherhood
Very
of
nice.
Mutants.
Yes.
And it's not like this is a cape and a head.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yep.
And I know it's not the most exciting looking, but damn,
no,
she fits right in with. Yeah,
I love this pick. This is great.
Yeah, she doesn't finish the team, but like I said, I have a mental image of my Brotherhood.
Yep.
You got your Mystique, you have your Pyro, you have your Avalanche, you have your Blob, you have your Destiny.
Yep.
So, or Freedom Force, but you get into, was it Freedom Force when they worked for the government there for a little bit?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because I would get that, and because then you get into Hightower. What was it? Not Hightower. His name was. Damn, I went into Police Academy. But yeah, there was the guys that just seemed to show up there. But yeah, this finishes off the team for me.
Yeah, this is it. This
for
is
now.
Good. Yeah, and it's, to me, it's one that is very approachable, probable, doable. Because, like I said, they're doing lots of X-Men right now, so why not Destiny or
Against? And again, it's an easy pick. And yeah, maybe at usual stores, probably, but that's who I want.
I mean, yeah, but I'm sorry, I don't want to be so like brash about this, but you can make the argument for Peg Warmer for half of the characters that they do at this point. Yeah. Close to this as a hobby, that doesn't mean that a lot of these potentially aren't that way. So I've fallen away.
I mean, I know retail's still huge buyer and all that stuff, but when it comes to my own collecting, I buy all this shit online anyway. It's not like I'm picking pegs or waiting for pegs or anything like that. It's just, well, my pre-order's in, and like you were just talking about, here they come.
Yeah,
got new stuff.
Yeah. No, I like this choice a lot. This is a good one.
Yeah, it could be, and it took me a minute. Well, no, she was on my original list too. This is not one of my sub-ins for Rachel and Colossus and Kitty.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is. Well, I guess this is a full-on helmet, huh? It gives her that, since she's a precog, it kind of gives her that ethereal kind of.
And Prod, finally a choice that actually might make the top 10. I can't account for so many other people having poor taste. All right, so that's a them problem.
I guess may have been keeping an eye on the list so far. And when I scroll down, there was a few Destiny picks, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is a good choice.
Crimson Commando, that was one. There was the speed guy, there was Crimson Commando, and there was the big Hightower. His name. Oh, Freedom Force. Gotcha. Oh, and if we get a Destiny, I'd love an updated Mystique. Yeah.
I mean, for me, like updated, I mean, maybe like technical updates I could see, but for me, like Mystique at this point would be like a hair change, right?
Yeah.
Or would you do something different at this
point? Well, the new updated body or articulation.
That's what I mean. Like technical changes. Yeah. But
is the animated series head different?
I don't think so. That's in the other room. I can't even see that.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I want to say it's the same.
Oh, shooter, you missed. That was my last pick. Was Classic Angel, either red or blue. Halo, no Halo. Silver Sable and Stonewall. Did I say Sable? That just comes out of Silver Saber.
Yeah, Saber. You did say Saber. I was like, wait, no, we have her. And wait, who?
Yeah. And Stonewall is the big guy in lavender and yellow with the like turret look. So I think Hightower every time. And
lavender and yellow. I do believe that is a color scheme that we don't have together yet in the Marvel Legends.
So what you're saying is we need more Freedom Force.
Yeah, I am saying that.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, good selection. Good choice.
Yeah. I did pretty good. Yes.
I sure did.
Our segues. That was an excellent pick. On to the next.
All right, then. On to the next. And wait, you need some dead, uncomfortable silence in there before we go to.
Oh no! I got wrapped up in what you were talking about. Okay, here we go.
The next predictable choice in this list
Mm-hmm.
is an Inhuman that I guess technically has had a Marvel Universe figure, but that's the only time I believe he has had a figure, and that is the oft overlooked Inhuman, my man Karnak.
Oh, look at the timing on that. Ooh,
I know. And honestly, looking around here, this is the gimme as far as parts go, right? Of all of the, well, I've got another one on there. It's going to be pretty easy from a parts perspective too, I would expect. But Karnak is an easy one, I think. And he's cool. He's underrated as a character, but it's really one of those things that it's like, if you're going to do the core main Inhumans team, you got to have all of them. And we move from one large cranium character to another large cranium character that makes what? Is that 3 now?
Yeah, that's 3. That's what I was about to say. I didn't even realize that until we got to Karnak.
Yes. He's cool. He's like martial artist that knows the break point on anything, and you're dead.
Weakness point. Now, you're gonna hate me because I was about to say, you know what? I kind of like that redesign when they had him just more bare with tattoos. But if you're building a team,
all of those are fine. But
yeah,
if I'm gonna get the Inhumans at this point with the Legends shelf that I'm trying to refine to be what I want, I want a classic team all around.
Yeah. Plus, and that's what we've said most of the stream. If it's classic, then we'll probably get into it. We have our, I'll get more modern X-Men type characters, but yeah, if it's classic,
there are a few places I go with that. Yeah, but
yeah.
Now
I got to start learning about the Inhumans after hearing you guys talk about them.
They're cool. and Karnak, I don't know. To me, I think he can be skinny enough that he could take advantage of some of the really nice, like, Spider-Man bodies and things that are being, produced right now. So it's like he could be a really nicely articulated figure.
I wouldn't mind him thinner. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the point. Kind of you underestimate him. And then he hits you with a whoosh, like a nerve pinch. Yeah. You're down.
Yeah. So I know it's predictable, but man, that team is going to be, well, it would be cool having them all together on the shelf. So yes.
The colorful too.
Yes.
Where are we at? Okay,
this
right here.
Be your number 9 pick.
Now this is the one I left on there that almost seems like a gimme at this point because of them working through this team for the most part. And this doesn't finish the team, but somebody just guessed it a minute ago. Y'all have already guessed the rest of my picks, but at some point in this list right here. But yeah, like I said, I took Rachel off my list, Phoenix, for Excalibur. She seems like she's coming at some point. Same thing with Kitty, same thing with Colossus, Beast, even in the astonishing look. But I have to reiterate my need for Feral for X-Force because, oh man, and I swear I didn't put her on this list with the consideration of Wolfsbane and Hepzibah and other furry type females that could be used. here.
That
But
is some
Carol,
artwork going on right there too, man.
oh man, there were other pictures that I was about to save with even more Liefeld type hair.
But look at those look at that right leg compared to that left
I know.
leg.
this is the 90s, baby. We need this feral.
Yeah.
And this is actually the better looking ones, you know. She's got that Wolverine hair going on, but it's like multiplied.
Yeah.
But not as much as the other one I was about to save. It was up there. And this is another one where I've seen custom heads on eBay, and it's like, oh, if I grab that, but what am I going to use for a body? And
Yeah.
I want the full fur sculpt, and I got to think that's what they're waiting for. Maybe. But
yeah,
minimum.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely not alone with this one. I think a lot of people want this.
Yeah, come back around, do a Tigra with a full fur sculpt. That's hard to say. Yeah, she has another. It's not her head, but elongated cranium features. and I'm just noticing the ears. That's cool how they kind of work into the hairstyle.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a big X-Force guy. New Mutants, X-Force. So
yeah,
she may not finish the team proper, but this would be close to finishing my display.
Yes.
I don't know. And there's that purplish lavender color again.
Yeah. Well, and to your point, I agree. I think that it's just a when type of thing. Just for the right time. But yeah.
The way they've been working their way through this team, you got to think that she's on the way somewhere. She's planned. Again, I kind of expect it to be more subdued, like a body with hair tufts in places kind of thing.
Like Tigra.
Yeah, like Tigra, like Fitz said, but no flocking. In fact, you can get on out of here with that. we don't say that word around here at all. But no. No. She's always had a good look. And even though I was going to say character-wise, she's probably the one I know the least about. Because it seems like she didn't make her way through other teams later.
Yeah, I'm a dose of information when it comes to her as well. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, she's not high priority for me at all as far as that goes. But for Marvel Legends, and like you said, teams that they're building and working on, knowing the crew that currently does Marvel Legends and whatnot, yeah.
Let's get the flock out of here. Don't make me do a video of let's get flocked.
Well, and I'll say this, that a choice like this is, in my consideration, has a much better chance of being made than probably every single person on my list at this point. So yeah.
Because not spoilerish, but my next picks I don't have high hopes for. But
okay,
that's I'm hoping for the best.
Okay.
Oh, don't get me quoting Mix-a-Lot. Uncle Robo's in trouble looking for a piece of that plastic bubble. No, okay. Garrison Kane. I wasn't a big Garrison Kane guy, but yeah, X-Men. Let's see. What do we got?
All right.
Okay.
This one would probably would or should be my number one pick from this, but this pick falls to number two simply because, like, knowing about these characters my whole life when it came to this team, my number one pick is the one that I always found the most visually interesting. But of all of the remaining Inhuman characters that have not been made into Marvel Legends, Crystal is the most important of them for a lot of reasons. And my gosh, there is nothing to this figure. We have never had a crystal figure. Easy to do. Reuse the head for a Fantastic Four version. Put her on a retro, whatever you want to do. She's an Inhuman, and I get it. Black Bolt is probably, I mean, Medusa are the most well-known, possibly, or whatever. But I think Crystal's impact on, she's had more of an impact on more characters.
Yeah.
You know, than even them. And it's like, come on. I don't know how to argue it anymore, except it's just not done. It's too easy. She's an important character to me. And yeah, come on.
Yeah, she seems the most ambassador style. She pops up in all these. You may know Medusa more on sight, and she was like villain teams and join this and that, and more dynamic. But Crystal seemed to pop up in places where you didn't expect. Like, oh, there's Crystal.
She has like the most like accessible personality to people outside of the Inhumans, right? All of the other ones have that I'm an Inhuman air about them. She could like make herself more normal, like her personality is more normal or human-ish, or you know what I mean.
They haven't done it because they haven't figured out the burglar mask hairstyle thing, whatever that is. How'd you do that?
Glasses on the back of her head, the Where's Waldo glasses on the back of her head. Yeah,
looks like she's carrying around Uncle or Cousin It.
Yeah,
but perfect world, it would be a 2-pack with Lockjaw. It would be like a big thing.
So like I would absolutely 100% take that. And after filling this list with Inhumans, spoiler alert, it is ridiculous that my Build-A-Figure deluxe figure is not Lockjaw, because it's not. But the Mezco one, the Mezco one took the edge off of that so much that it's like, nah. It's not that I don't want one, but yeah.
Because that's why I mentioned it. I wasn't going to blow your Build-A-Figure thing. Yeah. But if they're worried about, girl in yellow suit being a problem, put it in with giant dog and make that set way more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get it. The whole Inhuman, whatever. I mean, as much as I hate to do it, I can understand maybe why most of them haven't been done to this point, but I don't get the Crystal thing at all. She should be done by now.
Yeah. If they could make a Lockjaw the same way they've been doing Animals for Classified, that'd be perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit more spendy, but that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, she was married to Pietro, wasn't she? She dated Johnny. So she's X-Men circles.
Like I said,
Four circles.
She is the most, to me, she's important to more characters at large in the Marvel universe, I think, than really any of the rest of the Inhumans. So come on.
Gotta do it. And she's on me. Yeah,
it's easy. Make it the top-out figure of the wave, I mean, seriously.
In that picture, she's wearing a Fantastic Four uniform in the back.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Just reuse the head. Sell it again. The only new part that you would really need.
You'd buy 2, wouldn't you, and put one on Sue?
At the beginning, sure, absolutely.
Yeah. and then hope for the best.
I've got that figure. I've got that headless invisible woman figure laying around here somewhere. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I wish I'd done this. I wish I'd thought about this. Okay, this one. This is another one that could reuse parts, right? But I don't know how friendly it is to toy aisles, especially ones in Walmart and Target. I don't know if they could put a figure on the pegs called Orphan Maker. But
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
This is another one of those. Oh, I will say this picture. This is another one that only flashes in my brain pan every now and then. But when I do, it's like, I need this. because this was also part of the Marvel Handbook days.
Yeah.
But the picture they had in that was a bit terrible because you see this, right?
Yeah.
Big and imposing and kind of Terminator, has the banded legs and arms that could be Colossus. So I think of him as, rename him O-Maker.
I don't think that's going to get any more traction with the beautiful name.
Just call him by his name, Peter. So this just seems
Peter
big.
O-Maker.
It's Peter. The big and imposing, but the picture they used in the handbook, hold on. And there's other versions here that we'll look at on the Google page. But this is the picture that was in the handbook.
He looks like a kid.
yeah. Which is still kind of cool because that was, I think, if I remember right, the mentality, right? So
he's never mind.
But yeah, it's just one of those offshoot characters. Again, X Factor days. I think they were running around in the comics a lot then.
I've got to say, this one is completely unexpected.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Because
I could have guessed all afternoon and not come up with that for your list.
This seems more of a like a exclusive to somewhere or online only, or even just Pulse or something.
Yeah, Pulse fan channel.
And I want to say at some point they renamed. Maybe they renamed them later, something. But you get a lot of hits for Orphan Maker. And I can't remember at the time it was Mutant Children. Because, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to the because this pretty much blows my next pick. Because he's got to be paired up, But the whole thing was stealing mutant children. In order to do that without as much, you had to, the parents had to be dealt with. So
yeah,
is a kid in armor, if I remember right. But he was a big set of armor, imposing. It's the X Babies version. So yeah. Out of was it during Inferno? Somewhere around there. That was my heydays.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah. Caught you off guard, huh? I surprised you with one.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe you were going to go like Doc Samson route or something like that, which would be a good pick.
Doc Samson is a good pick.
But okay.
Wait, I've already got a Doc Samson. I've got several of those Doc Samsons.
Your customizing thing isn't working for us.
No. That's I have that first figure.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, I have it somewhere, but
it's terrible. But I really like it.
Yeah.
But also, this is my pick because it would be an exclusive 2-pack to the character I really want. But that's coming in a minute.
All right.
Spoiled.
Well, then this number one choice should not be a surprise. Like I said, Crystal May should have been number one just because of her importance. But when it comes to the Inhumans and the one that I thought looked the coolest, and I've thought that for a long time, is the muscle of the group himself, Gorgon. And he was the one that I've always been like, man, he'd probably be the most difficult to do because of all the new different parts and this and that. But I mean, that Build-A-Figure Rintra came out of nowhere, right? And it's like, well, maybe we got some hooves that we can use for him now, because Gorgon is really, really cool. He'd be a larger figure. I've just always kind of been, I don't know. His look has always been very interesting to me. So yeah, here we go.
Look at this. And action figure wise, that wrap is going to get in the way, huh?
Yeah.
You need a Mezco Gorgon.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
What?
And 29. come out. Yeah.
I didn't build Rintra, so I don't know the stability of hooves. Is it pretty good?
Stood up pretty well. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
I think I have some of the parts. I may need to finish that someday, but
yeah, I ended up giving that to somebody. I don't have that anymore. But yeah, he's cool. He'd be tall. He's the perfect. When you're setting up a team, he's that perfect figure to stand just a little bit behind everybody because he can see over them, and it's just yeah.
You know what? And I guess I've never thought about it. It's really just a figure standing on his tippy toes with little platforms.
Yeah, it is.
Because I always think of that being an extra joint back there, but it's essentially the heel if you want to like break down the parts to their base level.
Yeah.
And then come down to the toe and make it all one piece. Well, like you need a joint right there and a joint right there. Again, I need to. Now you got me wanting to build Rintra.
Yeah.
They could even do Man Bull with those hooves.
Sure.
There's a couple of characters, isn't there?
I know. I'd very much help champion the possibilities for other characters based off of what you would get from this. But yeah. Just give me the Inhumans. Let's do it. Get me to shut up about them. Let me pick something else because I'm not going to do it until then.
Oh yeah. What would they do if they did what would you do if they did an Inhumans box set? You'd have to.
Oh man, I would. It would be. It would be fun. It would be like. I mean, I want these characters, so I'm supporting them. But at the same time, it would be a huge like weight lifted. I mean, I've been collecting Marvel Legends since before they were called Marvel Legends, and I'm no closer now than I was then.
So. Well, you're a Black Bolt and Medusa closer.
Yeah.
Rintra, good bath if you like Minotaurs.
Minotaurs are cool. Minotaurs are cool, but yeah, let's and just the ones that I put on this list. It's like you've got a girl in black and yellow, you got a scaly green and purple guy, you got a white and green karate dude, and then you got a brown, hooved enforcer dude. I mean, these are interesting looks that are not at all alike. So to your point, if you wanted to put them in a box set, even if it is a 5 or 6 figure box set and do a little reworking with Black Bolt and Medusa, these characters would look all completely different from each other and yet still fit a theme and a team and be done with it.
So it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Yep.
Yeah. No. You never know what's going to happen in the future. We'll see. Because my last pick is probably not going to happen. I mean, let's see. Because this is a custom I've been planning that every Easter I go into the Easter egg aisle or the Easter decoration aisle and I look and look for that right shape, that right size. And I've picked up a couple here and there, and I've bought some Nendoroid figures for their short little arms and legs, trying to piece together back and forth. I've seen some excellent customs, but I haven't gathered the parts that look right to my eye yet. And that would be for Nanny.
Because, I cannot believe that these are on your list. That's great. It's awesome. But
this hasn't been on my list for a long time. But like I said, I started thinking, what have I wanted to customize for a long time? And it's been these two and an Angel and here and there. Because I feel like if I have the urge to customize it, I really want those characters,
Yeah.
I mean, there's customs every now and then where you look at that could make this. It's just like a matter of finding, or a matter of that fodder speaking to me. But as far as looking through books and wanting to go, I need to find this and this and this and this and this. Yeah, Nanny's high up on the list.
That's crazy.
No. Not collecting Nendoroids. I've bought a couple for parts. And I think the one that I'm settling on for maybe using parts is a knockoff. So it fell apart as soon as I opened it up. But I don't mind. If I was going to do, I'd glue some parts and pieces together to stick in an Easter egg. Since,
Wow.
yeah, because I mean, there's this classic look that's, kind of like that. And then there's this kind of a more modern style, kind of droid-ish.
Yeah, I like that classic look. I mean, I
Yeah.
know I usually default to that with most things, but it's just if you're gonna go with a character like this, go with its most wacky version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Nanny. This is Nanny.
Yeah.
She goes with Orphan Maker. Quite the pair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nothing wrong with Nendoroids. I've eyeballed a couple, but I can't buy too many.
I've got Mega Man, and I've got the Disney one. The classic Disney ones are fantastic. So I have a few of them too. And Kirby, that Kirby Nendoroid is perfect.
You do know if Hasbro does Nanny, it's going to be a statue accessory like Spider Pig. Yeah, once you get this small, that's why I'm forging ahead with my custom eventually. Because Easter eggs come to too much of a point. This looks like an egg, but it also looks like an egg that's kind of flattened on the ends or
It
top and
looks
bottom.
more like a natural egg rather than that idealized version that they
that they sell every year.
Yeah, an egg that is the shape of an egg, not egg shaped as it's marketed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, which is worse, Inhumans or the Eternals? As far as what we don't have yet, can't wait for Squadron Supreme, all of them. Do we have any Eternals?
I don't think so.
I dig the GG. Didn't know he existed. Styrofoam balls.
You know,
they'd be rough.
Yeah. I was gonna say they might make that that florist foam, the green stuff.
I got you.
They might make one in a shape like that, but you'd have to cover it with something. Yeah.
But at the same time, really, I mean, if I filled one of those Easter eggs with a clay or some kind of compound,
you could sand it
took
down.
it out and sanded it down,
Yeah.
I guess that'd be heavy. There's no way legs are holding it up.
Yeah, you'd definitely be gluing like leg parts together then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, plus, I mean, it's a unique looking character. You put this on the shelf and it's like, what the hell's that Easter egg thing up there on there?
Yeah.
Easter egg. Nanny.
Wow. Well, I was very surprised by your final two selections on here, but
yeah,
that's good.
I'm glad I went backwards. I was going to start with these whenever you reminded me that 10 works down to 1.
Yeah, but this was, I mean, if these are your 9 and 10 picks, like for unexpected, whatever, it was good to present them last.
Yeah. And it's not, I don't know. I guess at any given moment, I would want some more than others, but it really comes down to, I want all these. That's my top 10.
Yeah. I'm the same way.
Yes. Could be a 3D printed figure too. Someday I need to get that resin print.
Yeah, you do.
Someday.
You do.
Knocking out the nannies. Because there's also another nanny that I kind of remember was Magneto's
robot. The nanny named Fran.
No, that wasn't running around with Magneto. No, she was a robot. Was it Magneto? I don't know. The X-Men were being captive and there was a droid taking care of them. But I think that was something else. He called her Nanny.
Nanny.
Okay, build a figure
/ deluxe figure,
deluxe.
because they do that now, right? So for
Oops.
this, I went through, my consistency of making the top 4 figures in my list all Inhumans, and then I am abandoning Lockjaw here at the very end. And like I said, the only reason for that is because the Mezco one has taken the edge off, because I think Lockjaw was my Build-A-Figure my Build-A-Figure pick for at least 10 years in a row. And I would still love to have a Marvel Legends version 1. Absolutely. But in the interest of a large scale figure, getting into one that I guess you could say, well, of course you could say this character has been done already, but not by Hasbro, and not in a way that really speaks to me as the character itself. So I'm going with Dragon Man for my Build-A-Figure. And before you come at me, I have the Toy Biz Dragon Man. It's a really cool, detailed figure, but it's hard to find, and it doesn't look like Dragon Man in my brain or right here, right? So I want a Dragon Man.
See, I've never had that Dragon Man.
It's a cool figure, but it's not a good. To me, it's not Dragon Man. It's a Dragon Man, but not Dragon Man.
And it also seems at the moment, with them doing that Franklin and having the moloid head, it almost seems like they're leaning into that, where Dragon Man is very prominent, very a part of the group right there.
Yes.
So they gotta be going that way.
Yeah. And even from a Fantastic Four perspective, yes, I could have said, give me a classic Annihilus, because we've never really gotten that either. I want a classic Blastar, because the one that we got in that San Diego box set ain't it. But Dragon Man. I mean, I had him because I just pre-ordered that series at Big Bad Toy Store way back in the day, and it showed up, and then at
that time, because there was that and the scrolls and
the different scrolls,
variations. Seemed like there was something else hard to find.
That weird ass bot.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't get any of those.
Yeah. So
and Dragon Man is just cool. And like what'd somebody say? Crossover with
Well, and plus you picked a nanny, so Dragon Man kind of became a nanny too.
Yeah. Right? See? How is that for
here?
Plus he's got the elongated head.
Yeah.
I think we have a type.
Yeah.
When it comes to characters.
Wings. We've had some wings on here now. So yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So it feels weird not having Lockjaw be in this spot, but I told you why. So let's get Dragon Man. And Dragon Man again, yes, the size wouldn't be correct, but if they wanted to get super crazy, they could do it on those larger retro cards like they've done with like Hulk and because again, he was one of those figures from the 90s, right? He was in that line.
Yeah.
He wasn't big enough comparatively, and I get that, but they've upsized those cards before, and that would just be hilarious if they did that here.
Or build a Fantastic Four Build-A-Figure wave of some kind. You think they're going to go all out when the movie comes around?
I've been waiting how long now? So I'm going to say hopefully, but if they don't, it's not going to surprise me, because whatever.
Bring on the big heads wave.
Now you had some big heads in your
yeah. We both have. Well, actually, technically, mine has a big head on my Build-A-Figure / deluxe. And
Nanny, you could argue that like the whole body is the head,
just a big old head. But for my Build-A-Figure / deluxe, if you were on Twitter this week, I think I posted it there. But did I just throw it? I said I didn't put in a couple of characters because they seemed like locks for that team. That it's part of it, but this was kind of a. I don't know if this is doable in action figure form. And if it is, I don't know how well it would look, or how good it would look, or how well it would function, you know? Because an astonishing kitty, if they're going to give us a body for her that's appropriate for her size and build for that series, you could probably use part of it for armor. New head, but I have no clue how they would do the big armor
to essentially be able to fit a standard, a smaller on the scale of Marvel Legends. But
now if it was huge like this, they could do it kind of like this, where she's just floating within the torso. But most of the time, the armor's a bit more tight around her.
Yeah.
But then it becomes a matter of how would you articulate the armor parts with a smaller body inside?
It's like it would be the torso would be static, right?
Yeah. It kind of runs into the how did Obadiah Stane fit into the Ironmonger without breaking his legs off, or I can see the arms being inside.
Yeah, so because that's the thing though with this, I don't think you could get away with making the actual armor part mostly opaque, so you could just open the head if her head was in there, right?
Yeah, that makes it even harder because you can see the innards. You can see how the person is actually inside it because of translucency. But oh man, it would make for an awesome.
It would be a rad figure.
Or, well, I don't know. And you have her alone, she's just Kitty with a new head.
Yeah.
Because I don't think this is this isn't actual astonishing artwork or her costume from that. Because I think whenever she joined the team, she just had the uniform, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is mostly this, but it didn't look like this. Yeah, this is probably the least like they're probably gonna make Orphan Maker before this. But it's a wish list. It's a top 10. It's a want list, but
that's their problem to figure out, not yours.
That's right. You figure out the logistics, Dwight and Dan.
But
I'd want it.
We're the ideas guy.
Yeah.
No, that'd be cool as hell. Like I said, because you can't get away with putting opacity to the armor itself. It really makes it a challenge.
Because that's part of the visual interest is she's floating within there doing all that.
That's the thing. It's like you have to get creative. It's like, would you just make it from the back so you could like plug her into like a peg coming out of the back that like makes her like a longer peg that makes her like look like she's floating from the front? Do it that way. But at any rate, I mean, doing it, the torso, the head to the crotch, it's not moving, right? It wouldn't be able to move. Nothing would be able to really move in there, right?
No.
Maybe it's twist at the waist.
Because I guess I grabbed this picture thinking it was cool, and now that I'm looking at it, it kind of looks like the Lightyear robots they were selling recently.
Yeah.
The shape, it's got that dome on top, which is it kind of looks like you can't do it. It has to be translucent.
Yeah. So it's like
the Cyclops. There you go.
Yeah. It really is like put a longer peg from the back that she could plug into. The head would flip open so you could get her in there. Then from the head to the crotch, maybe a twist at the waist, but that's it. And then everything else plugs in and could articulate independently after that, right?
Yeah.
I think that, but still massive.
But that adds to size with another figure inside.
Yeah, massive figure.
Massive
I mean,
figure.
would you be okay if it was cheated a little small?
Because let's see. This is the picture I found the quickest that had the most armor showing. But my mental image is let's see, what is it? Wait. This computer. 11 is like this.
Yeah.
And that there's no way that works.
That's even.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see like clip-on parts that don't move. They're just bubbles, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, they wouldn't articulate at the same time.
Right.
Because I mean,
you just have to put her in a pose and then clip the parts around her.
Yeah.
Is the way that those are already pre-posed.
Because yeah, here the shoulder movement would actually be her elbows in this picture.
Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah. It changes picture to picture.
It would be a feat of engineering and thus bragging rights if they were able to pull this off. So take the challenge and go.
And I know it's X-Men and comic books and everything else, but this working in the real world, I see right here, this shows her right here.
Well, see, that's the thing. It would have to be like not in scale with anything else. Then they could do that. Make that Marvel Legends size, but it's like not real scale.
So, some hero click stuff going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there's that dome look again. That's because it kind of becomes this Ripley and the Power Loader thing.
Oh man, there's that, and that's not her on there, but that picture of all six. I love that shot. Oh man,
this is the one I want, but with Colossus.
You gotta have Colossus in there. Yeah.
This one,
need that team
right there.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah,
put her in a Jello mold. Actually, if that would display for longer than 2 days.
Yeah.
Inflatable balloon accessories. Oh, that Fortnite fish guy was kind of close. Not even the fish guy. I'm thinking of Ripley, the blue.
Yeah.
If you could have her in something that close, like where she's just barely, because I think at some points in the comics she just has a barely like a force field look.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Follow Ripley, the red one.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, if they make that new kitty, you could figure out a way to customize a head and then set it in, like get one, like get an unarticulated one, 3D printed, so you could build a mold out of it, set her in the middle of it, red resin.
Man, you're making that case for the resin printer.
But she'd be it would be under glass forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some engineering, some But yeah, I'm not saying that's probably the least likely, but the finishes out that astonishing team, even though she was a late entry.
But still cool.
Yeah.
Huh. And really,
instead of Jello.
And really, you talking about the kitty. I mean, was her costume exactly like Kitty's?
I want to say, well, hardly any of these are from. This one is. It's sleeveless.
In
Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah.
It's essentially her costume without sleeves.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was gonna say, you could just do an alternate head, but sleeveless. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so did I actually until I started looking just now. But see how close this is to her?
Yeah. Yeah.
even customize, even thinking about it, unless you're going full printing press with it, even customizing thoughts are like, well,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a chore.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
No, that wouldn't be funny. No one cares about Age of Apocalypse.
it would
No.
be awesome, is what it would be.
Yeah, Excalibur 3-pack came with Kitty, but not Astonishing X-Men Kitty.
Yeah. And we do have a kitty that costume wise and whatnot is pretty close, but not that original astonishing run.
Yeah. That's more of a school
Tall.
uniform look,
Yeah.
and she's tall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd take a Glob too.
Yeah.
Glob Herman.
Yeah.
But that's more of a oh no, what's that Turtles character with you can see the insides floating around?
Mutagen Man.
Mutagen Man situation.
Yeah. 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 Well, these, I think we kind of counterbalanced each other pretty well with these picks.
It was still very classic-ish heavy or old school heavy. And
Yeah.
even without you picking X characters, a lot of them were like X adjacent.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing, because I even threw an Alpha Flight in because I think of them as X adjacent.
Well, and like I said, Alpha Flight just barely missed the list, and that's not, and that,
yeah, no,
and I
yeah,
think because a lot of it too comes down to I want classic versions of characters that we've already gotten, but I didn't want to put them in a list like this because I mean, Mockingbird, I could. There are a lot of characters that are just like, I want the more classic versions of them. But
Mockingbird, somebody said Great Lakes, and my first, I read West Coast Avengers.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh yeah, Mockingbird, and
yeah.
Because I mean that one's not bad, but I want the old.
So, but my point is that I could have rattled off like a top 50 of characters just like that without even thinking about it. But I wanted to make it more unique characters than anything.
Yeah. But again, if you know us, you knew what direction we were heading for the most part. Yeah. See.
Yeah.
What?
I know.
Whole school characters. What?
Well, and that's not, and I'm not saying that that's all that Marvel Legends should be, because it certainly should not be that way, and it's definitely
hell
not
no.
that way. I think that it's variety enough, and modern stuff is carried well enough in the line that there's room for, and with the retro card thing, that's just kind of, it's more avenues for stuff like that now. So I've leaned into it more because that's what I want my display to look like.
Oops. Okay, sorry. I was fiddling with because I've been thinking about hair swapping some of these crow heads, and the hair just pulled right off.
Whoa.
Now the one I wanted.
Now you can make him look like Balding Sting.
No, it's just that this neutral head, I don't care for the hair being pulled back and kind of behind. I wanted that hanging in the face a little bit. So
yeah.
That'll work out perfectly. But yeah, I saw a comment of, poor Aunt May left out in the cold. I would probably get an Aunt May just for the display, but I don't really, I'm not a civilian.
I'm that way with Alicia Masters, because I don't put her in a list like this because it's like, I mean, come on. But my favorite Marvel character is the Thing. She is so important to him as a character that even if I'm the only person on the planet that wants that, I really want an Alicia Masters figure because she's so important to my favorite character in Marvel.
Right. And I was just talking, I was just talking a minute ago, the Agent X cast, I'd buy, well, shit, I knew the name a minute ago, but now I'm blanking.
Outlaw?
Not Outlaw. Outlaw's, she has kind of a costume.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
But yeah, every now and then I have Stanley in my display, and I have a youth minister Peter Parker, the the Tobey Maguire head. I have a custom head on a body on that.
And I mean, I'd take like Willie Lumpkin would be hilarious. I would love to have that.
Yeah.
You know? So there are definitely civilians that I would want. It makes it hard when you put a list together. This.
I do have Moira, but the version we got, she has powers, right? Or she has some kind of a
and you know, we were talking about classic characters, but the version of Moira that we got, I think that's my favorite look for her ever. I love it. And I'm sure people will argue it, but I love that look for her. So
wait, with the lab coat and yeah.
Yeah, which I get it. It riffs on kind of a classic version of her, but it's definitely not. So
yeah.
And Wasp is one of those characters. I mean, I guess it's old now, but the black and gold Wasp, that's my favorite Wasp costume ever.
Wasp has had so many costumes that it'd be hard for me to choose one, but the one with the arrows on the front.
Yeah.
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 But I'd also want a first appearance with the bee hive just to have that version.
But I would be okay with that as a little like giant man.
and actually I have the hero clicks in my Build-A-Figure giant man's hand.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Well, we went over a little bit, but is that anything new?
Had to get through the list.
That's right. And we even started speeding up at the end.
We kept it moving. Yeah. I mean, we wandered for the first 45 minutes of the stream, but then when we got into it moved.
Is everyone just hearing dogs barking? Because they let the dogs out and the window's right there.
Who let the dogs out?
Who?
You?
Who? But yeah, time to get out of here.
Yeah.
Go have dinner. Go to the parents' house.
Getting hungry. Yeah. All right.
But yeah, if you have a top 10 list, head to the front page, FwooshCast.com and thefwoosh.com.
Thefwoosh.com.
And it's stickered. It's stickied up at the top. Just throw your votes in and Brad will take care of it.
And then I'll go in and change it to exactly what I want it to be.
Oh. our top 10 list. You're gonna go back and put Nanny and Orphan Maker on your list, aren't you?
Yeah. You know what? I won't, but I support that just because they came out of so yeah, I support them.
So yeah, I appreciate everybody coming by and listening to us jibber jabber. The Royal Ramble.
The Royal Ramble.
That was clever.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, like you said, next one falls on the Super Bowl. We may be doing some rescheduling.
Yeah, we may adjust for that.
Yeah. For sure. Plus, maybe next week, or we may skip a week or come back.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We'll come back around with our plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks everybody. Right. We'll see you later.
Bye.